So what's the plan tonight?
Well, the hope is that we actually get we get so I just started streaming. Just so everybody knows, I don't have the capacity to like actually mute. So I just us. I don't have a capacity to mute to get OBS to just stream music and not stream everything else.
Yeah, you can. That's real simple.
Okay, so
one sec. I'm opening OBS so I can take a screenshot.
Just why don't you just walk me through it? I'm assuming I'm hitting. It can't hit one of the filters.
There's two audio bars: the mic and auxiliary, and desktop audio.
Yep.
Click the speaker next to. Oh, well, I guess you can mute yourself and not mute us. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not super easy. That's what I was saying. You know, like the thing is that like, so I can mute us.
That. I didn't think about that. You just dropped out entirely. Like, you're breaking up a lot.
And now he's gone.
Yeah, we can't hear you at all, Mike.
I just turned myself up. All right, so okay, so yeah, so the goal. Oh shit, hold on, I don't want to turn that guy off. No, that's not what I
think we were gonna finish Craig's thing because you had a little bit more for Craig, right? And then we were gonna start our
main
campaign.
So, but Craig is not here.
Yes, he said he was troubleshooting something. He said I'll jump in ASAP.
Okay.
So
let me see.
Hopefully
hold on real
he'll
quick.
be here in a few minutes.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if we can twiddle our thumbs until then, or if we want to try to get something else done until then.
Yeah.
Move things forward.
So what? Yeah. What was sorry? So why don't we do this? So let's get everybody sorted out in D20 because we might actually end up doing some combat today. So why don't you guys? So why don't we get you guys choosing some here? So can you hop into the D20 thing and take a look and we'll and let's figure out what the heck is this? Oh yeah, let's figure out what we want to like little icons for you guys. So I don't have so I have access to because I've got a pro account. I've got access to a lot of different things, but I don't have access to. Hold on, I don't have access to everything. So fighter. Let's see if we. All right, so Phantom Warrior, Frog Warrior.
I have to warn you, I'm a bit crippled here because I'm house sitting for my parents, and all my links are at home. Although I do have my roles saved on my phone.
Okay.
I wouldn't worry too much about that. Because I do have most of what we kind of settled on last time as far as your character sheet.
Sweet.
That being said,
all right, so I'm just trying to find Fantastical Faceplates, Frog Warriors, House of Or. I'm just looking for stuff in here that looks like it might work for you guys. God, this is all like this Roll20 stuff is okay. Devon token. So these are not. Oh, soldier, knight. Why did this not come up when I was looking for it? All right, so human mage, and there's a knight. So are you guys looking on the Twitch? Can you, or you're on the 220? Can you wait? No, you can't see this, can you?
Let me look. I don't have Twitch up. Let me load Twitch up.
Yeah, because if you load Twitch up, then you can actually see kind of like what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'm in the Roll20, but I'm not.
Yeah, you can't see it because.
Yeah, I can't see your stuff.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, yeah.
Load it up.
So just take a look at so like.
I saw like a Thor-looking guy.
Yeah. So any are any of these so for you as a paladin, do any of these look interesting? That's a girl. Looks like a girl.
Those girls.
Yeah.
I was like, those look cool, but
Yeah.
girls. Right. I mean, I guess Thor.
I mean, but you don't. What sort of weapon are you gonna use?
Probably a sword.
Okay.
I would assume.
Yeah. All right.
I was thinking about using a diamond encrusted cudgel.
Okay.
I would call it my diamond club.
If you were to do that, then this guy would work, right? This guy.
I'm waiting for it for you to get to him. I'm behind a little bit. Yeah, he would work. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want the red or the blue?
Let's do blue.
Okay.
Good call on the blue.
So all right. So that's here. Let's zoom in a little bit.
If it was black and red, I would do the red, but it's like
and then
yellow.
hold on, I need to move this all the way. I need to layer. Wait. Okay. What the hell? I don't know. Here, how do I move all this shit? Hold on. Because these are all tokens. GM.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not DMing and having to deal with Roll20. If I were DMing, we would not be doing Roll20. I'd just be.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, whatever. This is all stuff that we're gonna have to. It's gonna take a while to set up, but we might as well. All right. So.
Oh yeah.
So what was I? So all right. So we need. So now. All right. So now let's figure out this. So let's see who else we have next. So let's. So there's dwarf token packs. Let's see if they've got.
Can I do anything, or is it all you controlling the characters? Like,
I think when I give you command, when I assign them to you, you'll be able to move them around. Yeah.
I was just trying to think. Like, I didn't want you to be responsible for everything.
Yeah.
I wanted,
Yeah. So this is Dark Redeemer. All right, you should be able to now. Wait, hold on. And then Mike T. There you go. You should be able to interact with him right now.
Let's see. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, good.
Look at him moving all around.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. So we got Dark. What is this? Dark something. Pirates, dwarves. We need a gnome. We need a gnome, and we need a halfling.
Preferably one that looks modern.
Yeah.
Yes. Quite dapper. A dapper gnome.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, they're all garden
There you
gnomes.
go. Do the frantic gnome.
Yeah. There you go. That's
the cartoon
that
one.
looks like Jay.
Yeah, that green one looks good.
What is this? It's heaven. Garden gnome.
I kind of like the garden gnome, the gnome warrior.
Wait, which one?
The one with the sword and shield.
Wait.
It was. It's under Devon token pack, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, which one?
The one under
Devon token pack 16. Wasn't there one under there? Gnome warrior.
Oh, that blue one's not bad.
Well, these we have to pay for, which sucks. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
So, hold on.
open up the Devon pack again.
No warrior. fucking the fucking search function in this is terrible. All right, so let's see. Gnome. Oh, this guy. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, good. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, you're tiny. Look. All right, so let me give you. So this is gonna be J. Wait, controlled by JB and my T. Okay, there you go. So now you should be able to move that guy, J.
Okay, let me give it a whirl.
And then let's find a halfling.
Ah, yeah, there I go.
Okay, let's find a halfling for Really? There's no fucking, come on, halflings. There's, all right.
Is it half dashling?
No. Premium assets. Oh, let me just.
Oh, bar patron frame. He could be the ghost of a
Half. Oh, here's an affluent halfling. No, halfling defender. So wait, you're a.
Effectively an oracle. So like
So something like this. I mean, here. So here are 4 halflings. Here are 4 free halflings that.
The halfling controller looks probably.
The controller is like the only caster that it appears out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also looks like you have breasts. So I approve of that.
Hold on. It does look like you got. Okay, so hold on. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's look for other halflings. These are all. It's like a billion fucking orcs.
Yeah, a billion orcs, but only like 3 halflings. What's the half man?
Yeah. It was a little bit cartoonier one. Oh no. It's actually a wounded. All right, so let's see.
I say let's go with Titty, or you could be the half man. I'm fine with you being the half man.
I think this is all we've got, man. Fucking sucks for halflings.
Can you import your own?
Yeah.
Could we like make our own and import them?
Yeah. If you want to just shoot me over the thingamajigger, then
the image file.
Yeah, the image file.
We'd have to worry about copyright infringement, right?
Probably, yeah. So I would ask that it's either take stuff that's public domain, or royalty free, Creative Commons, yeah. Any of that stuff is good.
Or you can do what I was planning on doing and draw it yourself even.
Yeah, I could probably draw my own.
Yeah, stick figures I think we should stay away from though, guys. Come on. No. Yeah, I'm being sorry. If you guys want to draw it yourself, yeah, no, that's totally fine as well. You're totally welcome to do that.
Actually, you stole my joke. I was about to put a stick figure in chat.
Oh yeah, right on. Okay. So that's hilarious.
Matt's seen my artwork. Matt's seen some of my artwork.
Okay, so shall we just go with this halfling controller temporarily?
Sure.
Okay. Let's just.
I think that's probably good. We can probably.
I mean,
I could actually probably draw something for Matt if he wants something.
Yeah, and it's at such a distance. It's like it doesn't matter. So you've got control of that guy now, Matt.
Yes, I want to see your tits, my dear.
I didn't. Player. All right. So we've got these guys, and I don't know now. All right. So I haven't used this D20 thing. So let's see if we create a new page, and let's say we go. So I picked up some other things. So here, let's go to this page. Hold on. I'm gonna move the players over there. Hold on. Let's move the players to this one, and then there we go, and then. Okay, so you guys didn't keep your little things. So if we bring that over here, fuck, man, where are you guys?
Disappeared.
I mean, I'm sitting at home, so.
No, I'm just saying that your little tokens. I wonder how. Okay, so here they are. So let me see if I can keep this. Can I copy? And then let's do this, and let's see here if we can put them in here, and then paste, Yeah, there you go. Cool. And then try using this guy, Waffle. Try using it in the other. So now, yeah, click through D20 and try using that guy.
Can you move him around?
Oh, 1 sec.
Oh, here. All right, then I'm gonna do somebody else. All right, Jay. I'm here. Wait, shit. Jay. Wait, no, shit. Fuck. God damn it. All right, Jay. Yeah. See if you can move that guy around.
Yeah, I can move.
Okay, cool. Now stay there, and let's see if you can move your guy around now.
I need to not have my push to talk button be the back button.
Yeah.
That would be helpful.
Am I moving around now?
Hold on. Move your guy.
I can still move.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. All right. So yeah. So now let's do this. So I'm gonna move you guys over here, and now try moving those guys. Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. All right, great. So everybody has control of their little tunes. We'll have to get somebody sorted out for let me pop out. And somebody asked, thanks for the invite, Meanie. So yeah, sorry guys, I haven't been paying attention to the Twitch chat just yet. I will get that sorted out in just a second.
Dino,
this is a
friend of mine.
Oh,
So
okay.
don't worry about him.
This is the first time we're actually doing a lot of this stuff. So we're just kind of getting all of it integrated so that way we can actually have something kind of visual occurring while we're playing the game. All right, so there's that. All right, so you guys all have control of those. Now we need to find a pirate for Craig.
Did you add me over to the other one?
Oh yeah, I thought I did, but hold on, let me see. But good. Let's do this.
Unless I'm not in the other.
No. Yeah, I want.
I want your story to go.
There you go. There you should be
All right.
there. You should
Yeah,
be
I
there.
can move.
All right, cool. Cool. So there's that. So these are just kind of. Whoa, where'd you go? Oh yeah, here. Let me pull out a bit. All right. Whoa, that's a little bit too far. Okay, so yeah, so there's that. Yeah, let me.
It's funny. I'm operating on my mom's laptop, and it's like the resolution is so small that in order to see both the live stream and the D20 board, like for some reason our icons don't scale within like Mike T. Waffleopagus and stuff, and so it's like there's this giant dungeon master and giant waffle Tyrannosaurus. Yeah, I don't know over everything. Like I have no control.
That's awesome.
Oh well.
Okay, so we've actually got a lot. What do you guys think? Does this guy look decent enough for Craig? Can you check that? Take a look at the Twitch.
Let me look at it. Yeah.
I mean, it looks piratey, right? I mean, it's better than that one. It's better than that one. I mean, maybe that one might work, but this one. Let's just do this temporarily. So, all right. So that's Craig. I'm gonna assign him to Craig. Cool. Awesome. And then wait. And then there you go. Okay. Cool. Awesome. And then let me copy him. And all right. So let's see. I need to do this. Let's put him here. Shit. That's not what I wanted to do.
Put him on top of the boulder.
Anyway,
You should just every time you accidentally select those, you should just add it to the. Every time you accidentally select those, you should just add it to the map layer.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. It's so annoying. The thing is I made this. I couldn't find goddamn city streets that were like I couldn't find any city streets that actually looked like they were cobbled streets, and I'm like, Really? So I built one out of this. I just took some tiles and just smacked them all together.
Well, and it doesn't even look like they overlap properly. It's like
No, yeah, they don't. Because it's like, yeah, it's ridiculous. You know, like. But I just wanted something that looked at least that approximated. Okay, so all right, so we're waiting on Craig. Okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't we sort out how you guys want to know each like so this is my thinking, right? So you guys have, so you guys could, my thinking is, I think that you guys should start having known each other. Like, I don't think we should role play you guys meeting each other. I think we should have it set up so that you guys know each other. You've known each other for a little while. And I'm thinking that perhaps maybe Jay's character has proposed that you guys put together an adventuring company. So you guys, and so basically, what I would think is that like
I like that because then that lets us allow to individually decide how we met one another down the line.
Yeah, and we can kind of dive into that a little bit later on if we want to like add more backstory and things of that nature, right?
And I'll be like, oh, let me tell you the time I met blah blah blah.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Oh shit! You know what? Here. Well, hold on. I just realized. Okay, good. Yeah. I was like, I thought people couldn't see this. So, all right. So hold on. Let's do this. So I'm gonna put that there. Okay. So what else was I thinking? Oh, yeah. So the thing is, so I think, and so it's the Spotted Mare. The Spotted Mare is the name of the tavern that you guys. Here, let me pull up my notes real quick. It's really. Hello. God. The only problem with doing this on a little laptop is just finding the fucking windows, like finding the things that I need. All right, so
we should get you a secondary screen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's something that I might be able to think about.
Or how about, let me rephrase that. Would you like the spare one that's sitting on my floor right now?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Perfect. That'd be great.
It's not big, but it works.
Yeah, that would be just so I could keep I could keep my notes. I could keep my notes on that screen and blah blah. You know, like stuff that I use frequently. That'd be awesome. Where's this? Okay, here's a Spotted Mare. Yeah, Josiah and Venedra. Okay, cool. So let's see. So in fact, let me see if I can find. I think I've got a. Here, so let me create a new one of these. I think I've got a tavern map. Let's see. Do I? No, I don't. Shit. Let me find a tavern map real quick. Yeah, so this is all stuff that I really wanted. I was trying to
get done before.
Yeah, and I've literally had no time. It's just been really, really crazy. So here, let's see. Is this good? Yeah.
Same for me, man. I mean, things have just been insane lately.
Yeah. Shit. Do I want to do this? I fucking hate there's it's for $5 you get like so few maps. It sucks. All right. How about free tavern map? Here, let's do this. Free tavern map. Roll20. Where to find free art assets? Find resources.
Am I the only one that lost connection, or?
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, it booted me, and I just hopped back in. So anyway, sorry.
Weird. Let me see if they've got. They might even have a tavern here in this thing. Hold on. Tavern map. Oh, they do. It's no, it's a farmyard. Great, and I don't even have it. Tavern.
It's premium, yeah.
Tavern round. These are all tavern tables. Tavern packs. This is all stuff for taverns. Fuck it. I'm just gonna draw it. This is ridiculous. Here, let's just do this. Okay, so
we need that innkeeper.
What's that?
We need that innkeeper. She looked pretty hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is we're just gonna say it's a straight square. There's gonna be the main tavern room. There's gonna be the main tavern room, which is gonna be this. Like, so we're gonna say it's It's gonna be a rectangle. There's that. There's gonna be the bar is gonna be. There's gonna be an actual bar right here. There's gonna be a fireplace right here. There's going to be a staircase. Or no, yeah, there's going to be a doorway right here. No. There's going to be a door right here that leads to a staircase right here. Heads up. And there's going to be some. No. Let's actually put the staircase right here. There's a staircase. This is a hallway. And then there's another room right back here. This is another doorway. Okay, that will be it temporarily. And then here, let's put a table here. It's a tiny table. Wait, no, shoot. I want to select move game. Okay, yeah, kidding. All right. So let's throw some tables in here and let's get some. Oh, I don't even shit. You know, delete, and let's do the bar. Oh shoot. Okay. No, that's terrible.
You should be able to stretch it, shouldn't you?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Stretch the bar and.
Oh yeah, you're right. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so there's. Let's get these tables. So this is okay. So you guys definitely need a place. You need a table in the back. So. Let's put an entrance right here. Hold on. There's a door. Do they have a door? No. Okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. So this is gonna be. It's gonna be like this is the entrance. It's gonna be double doors. No. Okay, so there you go. So the line in the center is kind of where the door splits, and then we're gonna give you guys a table in this corner here. That's kind of like where you're gonna be situated. Sorry about this, guys. This is something I definitely should have like sorted out beforehand, and I just let's do benches. That's a bench.
Dude, no worries. I've been spending the last 15 minutes trying to remember my Twitch login information. So
this is a terrible bench.
I guess it can't go any smaller than that.
Yeah. Then let's do stools. And that's a gigantic stool.
It's like a tiny table, gigantic stool.
Yeah, great. All right, so I just need to change the scale of this whole thing. Need to scroll out. Nope, damn it. Fuck it. All right, whatever. Fuck it. I'll deal with this later. I will actually sort this out later on. Okay, so we got Craig. We're waiting on Craig. So basically you guys are going to be situated at this tavern. It's called the Spotted Mare. And so I think that basically what you guys have probably decided that you're going to do is just see if you can't find see if you can't find some sort of like work. So basically the way this works is like typically, because sort of beyond the confines of Saint Marn, it's a pretty fucking rough. I mean, there's obviously the Kodaki and the Kokali halfling tribes who are pretty brutal. There's obviously monsters and things of that nature. So usually what happens is that sort of these these sort of moneyed interests will actually find the location of various they'll find the locations of various ruins and things of that nature, and then they'll hire a company to go plunder them for and then they'll keep it they'll finance the
expedition.
Yeah, they'll finance the expedition, and you guys will basically hang on to and then they'll get a portion of the proceeds. So that's basically the and so I'm thinking that I've got a character that we really need Craig. Craig really needs to be here in order to get this thing off the ground. I guess we could start. I guess we could figure out how do we get him. All right. So what? Well, yeah. All right. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we just let me go. I'm gonna go grab a beer real quick, and then why don't we get up and running with this story? I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait over long.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll be back in just 1 second, and then we'll get up and running. Okay, so well, let's think. So all right, so Matt, when we last left your so the thing is, so have we sorted out what you want to do in terms of your? Okay, so we haven't really sorted out like you as an adult, kind of like where. Kind of like where you have landed. Have we?
Not really, no.
Okay. So, well, all right. So why don't we do this? Let's all of us sit down and discuss this real quick and get this all sorted out. So I'm thinking that it might make sense. Like, so Jay. Why don't we say this? Why don't we say because why don't we say that Jay's family? So that's the and that is
my adoptive parents.
Yeah. So it's the Malathar family. So we'll say that why don't we say that they have and let's see what's your okay. Let's say that let's come up with a name. So you've got an adoptive uncle, right? That basically has now taken over. His name is Thanian. Thanian Malathar is his name, and he's now taken over the basically all of the hold on real quick. I just need to make note of this. Actually, no. You know what? Never mind. Let's not make it a guy. Thanian Malathar is actually he is. But let's make it Rinima Malathar is the and it's a lady. Rinima.
She's a lady.
And we're gonna say that she's basically she's kind of taken over all of the
business interests,
and also like the administration of all of the business interests, but also sort of she's also taken over sort of like the management of the family, and we'll say that one of the first things. So the thing is, like, so we're gonna say that she's been pretty brusque with you, but not unkind. She's just kind of like she kind of treats you like you're an unsavory obligation that needs to be addressed, you know, and so we will. Yeah. So the thing is, so we'll say that she actually situated you in a house. All right. So let's actually figure out where. So we're gonna say it's in a place called Twin Tokens. Or all right. So hold on. Do you guys want to be in the Narrows, which is like really like the Narrows is like that's like the seediest part of town.
Flea bottom area.
So you can be in the Narrows. So basically the way that it kind of goes is so it's the Narrows, then Twin Tokens is like the next place up, then there's North Township, Green Harbor, Sky Harbor, and then Terwillian Gate. So those are sort of the neighborhoods as they rank in terms of like going from shittiest to best. So the thing is like so really it'll be up to you guys to determine how, you know, what neighborhood you want to be situated in.
I say the shittier the better because, in my opinion, like my character would have been defiant against his adoptive family and basically done everything opposite that they asked me to do.
Okay. Is that cool with everybody else?
I don't know why it would have to be cool like that.
It's whatever's good for the story, I guess.
Well, the thing is I definitely think there's some good story to be mined, regardless.
I mean,
right?
I could do anything, but I mean,
because the thing is because it might be funny to have. It might be funny to have a bunch of like sort of rapscallions hanging out in Sky Harbor, you know, like that might be kind of cool, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys could be given a big mansion that has nothing in it, you know, like it could literally be like you guys have bedrolls, you know, like you're in this mansion.
We're mansion poor.
Yeah, you know, like that. So that could be cool too. So however you guys want to do it, you know, I was thinking if you guys were going to be in the Narrows, then what I would say is that you actually it's actually a pretty nice place. But it's run down. So there's just like it's just kind of jam packed full of like, you know, a couple centuries worth of just detritus, and so it's just sort of jam packed full of just crap, you know. But it's a nice place, and all the stuff in there is nice. It's just there's just tons of it. It's like I don't know if you
We're
guys...
very Victorian.
Yeah, or like, you know, like my grandmother's like I don't know if you guys had like, but if you had grandparents with like the one room where they just stored everything, it's like that's every room, you know. So there's just shit everywhere, you know. So that's what I would do for the Narrows. But then the more upscale you guys got, I would remove the stuff and instead give you space, you know. So the thing is like, so you'd end up like, so if you wanted to do Sky Harbor or Terwillian Gate, like you guys could have I think Terwillian Gate, it would be awesome to like have you in a mansion, like it would be like a you know, like a 15 or 20 room mansion, like kind of like, and it's just, but that's it, like it's just an empty husk, you know, and that's you guys, you know. So however you guys want to do it.
The equivalent of the Mos Eisley Cantina might be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I could see us both ways, like.
Or I guess Mos Eisley.
As long as we're
period, not just the cantina, but Mos Eisley.
Yeah, like you know, it's like as long as we're like, I expect that we're going to be fish out of water, no matter where we end up. Mm-hmm. You know, we're either the hoity-toity, you know, people in the ghetto, or we're ghetto people amongst the gentry.
Yeah, I mean, or we could literally put you guys like in Green Harbor with all the craftsmen, and like literally give you like a totally like middle class family house, you know, like you know, it's like literally like a, you know, and there's, you know, and there could be a lot of fun in that, just playing it like, you know, like it's two guys or two men and a
3 men.
3 men and a baby.
Yeah. 3 men and a baby. There you go. Yeah.
Or that.
Actually, wouldn't it be in this case closer to just like 1.5 men?
Yes.
Or 1 3/4 men?
Yes. But I mean, you know, but you see what I'm saying, like, you know, so it could be that kind of like, you know. So, but the thing is, but for whatever you guys choose, it will impact the story and as the story progresses, it'll continue to impact the story. So.
I have no.
One
I
and
have
Three
no
Quarters Men
preference.
is my favorite show on CBS. Says Dino Art. Awesome.
So is this
It's
going to be
Dino
like
Ari,
a,
actually, but
like is,
Well,
is
we're too-
the house dynamic? If we did the suburbanite, like is it going to be like Family Ties? And
I mean, no, but
I'm
what
thinking bosom buddies. I'm thinking like
what I would do is the reason where it would come into play is I would populate your neighborhood with some silly characters, and they would be. So the thing is that like so in the Narrows, like you will there will certainly be a whole cast.
Narrows.
There will be certainly a whole cast of colorful characters, but they'll all be pretty shady.
I say we roll a dice and let the fate
yeah.
fate
Do you guys
decide.
want to do that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so just go to the who wants
Are
to
we
roll?
all rolling, or are we just gonna roll one?
So why don't we roll 1d6, and one on 1 to 2 it'll be on 1 to 2 it'll be the Narrows, 2 to 3. Oh wait, oh no, hold on. Let's do this. Let's not do that. Let's do 1 to let's roll a 20-sided die. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6. So let's roll 1d6, and then we'll just whatever you get that'll be it. So yeah, we'll just roll a 1d6.
Craig!
Well, I rolled a 6. It looks like somebody else rolled a 6.
No, that was a
Somebody
7
else
on
rolled a
1d20.
20.
Okay, so the 1d6 would be Tyrwillian Gate, so that would be the mansion with nothing.
Let's do it. Let's beta some cougars
Yeah.
and get
Let's
to
be
town.
mansion poor. Let's
All right,
be
Yeah.
all right, okay, all right. So you
It
guys,
also gives us a place to like bring back trophies and decorate.
Yeah, who knows? Courtney Love might show up, and we can have our little,
yeah. All right, awesome. All right, so you guys are so all right. So what we'll do is we'll say that the Spotted Mare, we'll say the Spotted Mare we'll say that Tyrwillian Gate has sort of gentrified over the past 40 or 50 years, and that the Spotted Mare is sort of like the last, is the last sort of disreputable tavern in the entire area. And now
hipsters are showing up, and you're just like, get out of here, you fucking.
Yeah, well, yeah, not yet, but not yet. But that will be the trajectory that this will happen.
We were into the Spotted Mare before it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so let's see. So you're so that's where you're situated. Let's say so this is the area. This is the area where all of the noble houses and the high houses, so this is where all the main elven houses have their have their homes. So what we'll do is we'll say that hold on, let me see.
Is this like something like mansion, something we arranged for ourselves, or is this something that somebody has hired us and placed us in the mansion? Or
No, this is what your so Rinema, your basically your adopted aunt.
oh, the matron, yeah.
Yeah, so Rinema has Lady Malathar has placed you in this new mansion. So basically, let's say you had.
Can we call her Marilyn?
Yeah. I mean, you guys can
So
call
we're
whatever
in-
you want. Yeah.
We're in Marilyn's mansion.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Waka. So you guys. So basically, what we'll say is that you actually had some. In fact, why don't we even say this? Why don't we say that you had some nice apartments in the actual House Malathar estate, and you had made plans. You were making plans to like create like a little like sort of like workplace for your new adventuring company, and then Rinima like caught wind of it, and she's like, actually, I think that perhaps it might be a little bit crowded. Why don't we
This
give
might
you?
be better for you.
Yeah, I've got a different location for you that'll be perfect, And so what we'll do is we'll say that so we need to come up with a name for this house, because this is gonna be like, these are gonna be mansions, like these are gonna be these are gonna be so what do we want to call let's just so you guys know, so Terwillian Gate is also up on the mountain. So there's basically a mountain that sort of is in the center of the city, and there's basically two neighborhoods that are on top of the mountain. There's Sky Harbor and Terwillian Gate. Sky Harbor is basically, so there's actually a dock on the mountaintop that people access with locks, sort of like the Panama Canal, but it actually allows you to kind of like rise up the mountain. And so at the midway point of the mountain, there's Sky Harbor, and then if you continue up the mountain about another 500-700 feet, that's where you run across Terwillian Gate.
So there's it's like a 3-tiered Severin High, Severin Low situation.
Yeah. So the thing is, so most of the city, the vast preponderance of the city, is actually at the base of is surrounding the mountain. And then there's two neighborhoods actually on the mountain. One is Sky Harbor, and then the other one is Terwillian Gate. And both of which are sort of like exclusive neighborhoods. I mean, obviously people have access to they can kind of like venture in and out of them. But the thing is that the people that own those homes, people that sort of live in those areas, they're the more affluent and the more powerful amongst the city. And why don't we say that you guys actually? So we need to come up with a name for this mansion. Here, hold on. Let me make sure I've got the Twitch chat. I'm not.
Hello? Are you guys here?
Hey.
Hey.
Right on.
Sorry I'm late. I was having computer issues.
Yeah.
That's right,
Dino is right. It's not. I mean, it's like Mount Washington in Mount Washington in Los Angeles. The Poo Poo Palace. That's not a bad. Yeah, that's a great name.
I was gonna say, do we want like a realistic name, or do we want a humorous name?
No. Yeah, we want a realistic name. So
But you're kind of setting the world and the culture. I don't know if we could try to come up with something.
Yeah. Let me see. So this is I'll think about it. I'll come up with something for it in a bit. Oh, you know what? Actually, what I'll do is I'll come up with a name that it used to be called. You guys, as in character, will come up with your own with a new name for it.
We're calling it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it really, Dino? Yeah. I don't. I'm just thinking in terms of. I'm just trying to think of in terms of. What's the?
His name is Dino.
Oh, Dino. Yeah, Dino. Mount Washington. Because I'm definitely thinking of
Baden.
Mount Washington, Los Angeles. Height.
Mount Baden is where the Britons fell.
There's a Mount Washington in Los Angeles?
Yeah, and it's really just a hill, I mean, it looks like a mountain. It looks like a mountain, but
Washington.
But it's like, and yes, and of course there's like 300,000 people that live on it, but geography. It's they don't give me the fucking altitude. Anyway, whatever. Fuck it. But anyway, but if you go look it up at some point in time, that's basically kind of what I'm thinking in terms of like. So it's not like a significant mountain, but it is. But it does it definitely it says it's so Dino Ari is saying it's about 7,000 feet. So all right, so that's and the thing is that like so obviously there's not really anything on the like there's not a lot of There's not a lot of there's not a lot of city at the peak, but the thing is that like the couple thousand feet below the peak, that's kind of where most of the city is situated.
It's kind of like the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah. That's exactly right. But this is just a peak as opposed to like a small mountain range, which is what the Hollywood Hills is. So, it's the thing that separates the valley from Los Angeles. So, all right. So we'll come up with a name for that. All right. So let's see. So Craig. So why don't we get? So we need to actually do a little bit more of your backstory, and then we can get this thing up and running.
Yeah, because the last thing was that the ship had gotten taken over, and I found out that all of the compatriots I was with were revolutionaries, essentially.
Yeah. So and so the thing is like, so why don't we do this? It's said to be 700 feet. So the thing is like, and that's, but it's actually, but it does look and feel like a mountain, I mean, from the context of the anyway, whatever. So but that's basically kind of sort of what I'm thinking. So, let me think. All right, so we were on the ship. So all right, so we're gonna fast forward a little bit, and so now we're gonna say you're maybe about 15, 16 years old.
Okay.
And this is a point when the revolution has kind of underway.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing is like, and we're gonna say so now you're pretty familiar with this crew. You've run with them for a while. You've definitely developed some respect for Hanger Jane and her lover Bloodcoat Susie. They despite the fact that they are pretty brutal in combat and pretty merciless with their prey. They're actually the whole crew is pretty fiercely loyal to each other,
okay.
Which is something that when you were under Captain Barber, like it was more of an office environment. This is more like a family environment, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so, but we're gonna say that. Okay, well, no, hold on. Your interpretation of your character. Do you think that your character, the way you look at him, do you think he's the kind of person that will kill innocent people because they're sort of in the way of what you're trying to do?
I think so. My feeling is that he would, if absolutely necessary, like if it is the absolute last thing, like there's no other alternative, no. But not just like
not willy nilly, not like the most expedient thing to do is kill someone.
He puts some amount of value on human life.
Yeah.
But,
yes. Okay. Yeah.
But not so much that he would turn away from doing. He
doesn't shy away from bloodshed if necessary, but he's not out to waste human life. But the mission comes first.
Sure.
Okay.
In his
so
mind.
he values human life. What about non-human life? What about halfling life?
You're right. You just fucking kill in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
just stab them straight
just,
to the guts.
Like they are people. No, I say any life.
Short people ain't got no reason to live.
Yeah, no, you would stab him and maybe feel half bad about it.
According to what's his name? What's the songwriter? Fuck.
That Elton John? Was that Elton John?
Was it? No, I thought it was it was the guy from the Disney guy, the guy that does all the.
Randy Newman.
Yeah, Randy Newman. Yeah, he's the guy that wrote that song, "Short People."
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I'd forgotten about that. Any life, not just humans.
I think I think the best
So-
way of doing it would be sentient life.
Mm,
Would that be a good way of saying it?
Sentient, decent life, not like
Not like dolphins. Yeah.
Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? We'll for the next hour, I'm gonna list off things that you would or would not kill in a heartbeat, okay? Chickens.
yeah, you cook them up and they're crispy and delicious.
Yeah. All right,
No,
sentient
let's
chickens.
just say as a general rule, he's not one to just.
Sure. No, I get that. All right, so what we're gonna say is that this story kind of takes place right after. So you've just had a pretty significant conflict, like open sea battle,
Okay.
with a handful of elven ships that were. You guys were outnumbered, but they were not warships.
Okay.
And they had guards, and they had people that actually could and did, like they had martial people on their ships, but the thing is but not of the caliber of the crew, of your crew.
So is this like a convoy situation? Where,
Yeah.
like
So
World
I'd
War
say
II
I'm going to say that
kind of
there were three elven ships, and basically these elven vessels were ferrying people from Saint Marne. They were trying to basically ferry people from Saint Marne back around. Like they were going to just try to escape and and return to sort of like the elven lands, which is ostensibly, if you think about it from like a geographical perspective, sort of like where Europe is situated, So,
Yeah.
so it's so you guys kind of caught them in a sea lane, and very quickly disabled their ships and then boarded them and took them over.
took over the ships. Gotcha.
And
So what you're going to ask is like, do I kill the crews of the ships?
No. All right. So the
essentially?
thing is, all right. So again, so you're 15 years old, man. You don't have a lot of say. You've begun to develop because you've been with them since you were a kid, and because you're sort of like the mascot, right? And so they like you, and the thing is like, but there are a couple of really brutal members of the crew. Scunner Smythe. Scunner Smythe is particularly vindictive. He basically hates elves. He hates everything, but elves in particular, and he really takes a lot of pleasure in doing awful things to them, And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say that it's you and Dumraj. It's you, Dumraj, and Clever Raj.
Yep.
So it's just you, the two Rajas, and then Scunner Smythe were kind of sort of like securing one of the ships. And Scunner has actually brought out like sort of a bunch of the civilians onto the deck. And he's like sort of sizing them up, and so we'll say that like that for the most part, most of the fighting age and fighting capable elves are actually fighting, and the elves don't separate themselves based on male and female. So the thing is, it's mostly kids, and it's mostly like and with elves it's like extremely elderly, So it's like
Okay.
you're dealing with people that are quite possibly 650 years old,
Okay.
really, really elderly.
So do they? So they're very egalitarian, then, would you say, in regards to like male and versus female roles? Like, there's not really that distinction then.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that like even if so, it's all kind of based on their whole measure of value in a particular wartime situation is kind of predicated on what each person can do. So everybody that has the ability to do stuff does stuff. So So the thing is like, so if somebody's a healer, they have them healing. If somebody's a craftsman, they have them crafting things for the war. You know, so they basically have kind of gutted, and particularly because on this coast there's not a lot of elves, and so when the revolution occurred, it also occurred here. But the thing is like the elves were stretched pretty damn thin because it's on the opposite side of the continent. So, so the thing is that which is why for the most part when the revolution began, the elves basically took to the oceans in an attempt to escape, which is why you guys have been so you guys have been really critical in terms of, because a lot of what was happening was a lot of the elves were leaving with their wealth, and so you guys were sort of part of the first line of defense to stop that, you know. But now all for the most part, most of the wealth has been addressed, so it either escaped or didn't, and now it's people, you know. It's so these are not the important, you know, these are not the important elves. These are not the now a lot of elves with deep ties to Saint Marn have stuck around, right? They've got deep ties, and they were the first to start negotiating with the new predominantly human influenced government. To make sure that they still had a role within the city. Yep.
Just so we're all aware that the revolution we're talking about is the non-elvish races rebelling against their elvish enslavers.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's more human than, I mean, so the new ruling party, if you will, is made up more of humans than any of the other.
Yeah, humans have the shortest lifespan of all the races, you know. And so the thing is, like, so they breed quicker. They have larger families. They're also they're a lot more. They're very adaptable. So the thing is, like, so they kind of very quickly spread out across the continent. Yeah, and so the thing is, like, so there's more, there's just more humans. It's basically like 10 to 1. There's like 10 humans to every one of any other race, you know. So the thing is, like, so they've just been outbreeding, you know, the other races.
Sure.
So yeah, so things all right. So we're gonna say it's probably about. So the battle occurred early in the morning, like maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, you know, and so now and now it's like late afternoon, maybe even a little bit early evening. The sun is kind of like sort of off, and you know, at about 6 o'clock winter time, you know, so it's not yet setting, but it's getting pretty close.
Yeah.
And you know, and you can definitely tell. So Scunner before you came across, like, Scunner made a point of killing every one of the, like even the martial people that were on this ship that surrendered, he killed them, you know, and that's just his way, and that's always been his way.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, like, but now he's kind of sizing. So anyway, so you've just come across, and you've just and so it's so Dumraj is basically the one that's been put in charge, but Dumraj is actually kind of going through what's actually on, and Dumraj is called Dumraj not because he's stupid, but because he's quiet. And then Clever Raj is the one that's not. He's not very bright. He's the one that was your buddy back on the other ship, or I guess the same ship, but the Sanguine Swan. But before it was called the Sanguine Swan. And so Dumraj is actually kind of going through the ship manifest and looking at kind of what's in there, and you so he's kind of occupied, and Clever Raj is sort of like just doing his normal post whatever he does thing, where he's just sitting there looking off at, you know, whatever, you know. And so it's really just you and Scunner. So Scunner brings up all of and we'll say there's maybe about 13 elves, you know, and he brings them all up, And of course, they're not bound or anything like that, because there's not really, like, you don't have chains enough to keep everybody bound. But he's got and Scunner is pretty deadly with he's short swords. He uses 2 short swords, and he's pretty brutal with them. He's pretty deadly with them. And so he's kind of herding this group of like 15 elves onto the deck. And and for the most part, it's basically, they're probably 30 years old, but for elves, like that's still like, adolescent or just outside of adolescent age. So the thing is like, so the thing is like, so they look for the most part like they're, between 12 and 16 years old, and it's boys and girls. It's because of the way that they're attired, it's sort of difficult to tell. They're kind of wearing sort of like utilitarian garb. They're all wearing sort of like just kind of like very basic pants and very basic shirts, and so it's a little bit difficult to distinguish, like the males from the females. And then there's for the most part, out of the 15 or 16, like 12 or 13 of these are these kids. And then there's 2 or 3 sort of these like very, very ancient, elves. And Scunner's like, come, he's like, get up here, he's like, go, don't make me gut you, like, he's like, and he's like, and he's like, and their elves are all like reasonably attractive, but he's like, you can tell that he's being overtly sexual and threatening with them, and he's like, one of the older looking elves, and again, it's tough to tell the gender of this one, but when Scunner gets pretty, gets kind of handsy with one of the younger looking elves, this elf stands up to him and says, he's like, you sir, you're like. He's like, aren't you aware that there are rules to war? Like we have treaties. I mean, certainly there must be, this is uncalled for. This is bullshit. Actually, but he speaks with a sort of a British accent. So, but he's like, this is. And Scunner just turns and like smiles. Like, and Scunner's got like fucking black, like just terrible fucked up teeth, and he definitely is a sailory sailor. Like none of the crew smells very good, but he is like just a wretched smelling creature, And he just smiles. He smiles at this elf, and he kind of like gestures with his short sword, and he's like, you and me, we're gonna be friends at some point. You and me, yes, we are, aren't we? And so but he's like, but and then he turns this other, like, quite possibly the youngest, if not one of the youngest of the elves, and he's like, but first, this little sweet morsel, and he just starts like aggressively groping this elf, and of course then this little elf is just fucking terrified. So what are you doing while this is going on?
I ask him what he's doing. Like, what are you doing, Scunner Smythe? Like, this isn't what we came over here to do.
Oh, laddie, I've just had my fill of battle, and now I just want a little bit of entertainment. Like I'm not gonna scar him for life, much. I just want to. I'm just gonna have a little fun. Isn't that right, darling? Isn't that right?
Not for life, much.
What's that?
Yeah.
I said not for life, much.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm like, how much big am I, size wise? Like, how big am I compared to Scunner Smythe?
That's all right. So let's talk about your character. Let's take a look at your character stats. What is your so here, let's go to the character sheet.
See.
So here, let me get this for this so we can get the. everybody else watching involved. All right, so here, so this is where your character sheets are. Wait, no, hold on, let me get rid of that. And then you are William Cuddy. Oh, hold on. Wait, what's that? Hold on, character sheet. Here we go. So you've got, so you're, you've got this.
And I rolled these too, like according to the random, like you go to the different sheets and everything. Like I actually roll for these and everything too. So basically, he's 6 feet tall.
Yeah,
at 21 and 175, so he's tall and slender.
And you're exceptionally strong. The thing is like, you're exceptionally strong. Like you're 2 points away from like the strongest a human can get without actually kind of moving into like supernatural kind of like levels. So we'll say that you being on this boat for this long time, like but the thing is so you're definitely a like you're young, but and you probably haven't hit that 16 strength yet, at this point in time. But you're fucking strong, and you're fast, and you've probably been taught quite a bit of sword fighting over the course of your tenure with these people, and you certainly fought in today's battle.
Yep. Definitely being on a ship, climbing up and doing sails and stuff like that, and hauling in rigging and all this and that. Like, you do get, even if you don't look, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like you have I imagine a sinewy type strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, that's what I was imagining. And let me just tell you what I'm thinking while Scunner Smythe is telling me this stuff. It's like, because I think my time, even when you're very young, your experiences, when you're young, kind of forge, who you are as you grow up, and you kind of have a feeling for things, right?
Yeah.
And even though I've been with this crew for a long time, like, so you said that Scunner Smythe is particularly bloodthirsty and everything like that. Like, can you tell me a little bit about how the rest of the crew is? Are they particularly brutal, or they get the job done? Things like that.
Let me give you a little bit of context, because the thing is because one of the things that is like, the thing is like, they've told you stories, like some of them were actually enslaved by elves. Some of them suffered significant and serious injustices at the hands of the elves. Some of them were treated like, so things like, so this whole crew really has, for the most part, have serious enmity for the elves, right? So the thing is like, so that's probably seeped into you somewhat, right? The thing is like, but at the same time, Captain Barber, like the thing is that he was always of the mind. He was always the one that would say stuff like, I don't care about the race of. I care about the things that they do, the things that they say, the way that they act. That's how I measure a man.
Character.
That's how I measure a creature. That's how I measure an individual. So the thing is, so it was those things. It was those things but probably. So so somebody like Scunner Smythe, when you first met him, he was probably someone that you were very leery of. But the thing is that once you were sort of accepted into the group, the thing is that Scunner was also the one that would he was the one that showed you how to fight dirty, and he was the he was the one that was kind of like all the Hound of the Hound in Game of Thrones. Like he was the guy that was like fuck all that bullshit. This is the real deal. This is the way, and so things like, so he had value, and he is part of your community and your family, but at the same time you also know that he's also particularly vicious, Yeah. So the thing is like, so this is a very rare circumstance for you, which is why I think that this is a significant memory, because for the most part you guys have fought other military and martial types on the open seas. This is a rare occurrence where you've run across, for the most part, civilians on the boats.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, basically what I want to do is, I don't think that, and I'm just talking through it, through
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah, sure.
Given that, we, you know, I have no problem, taking down, combatants, martial people, people, elsewhere in the military fighting against me. I have no problem against that, but there's something inside of me, some of Captain Barber's influence, I think, that's telling me like, it's
Okay.
not right to,
Then why don't we? So then, yeah. Well, then why don't we? Rather than tell me this, why don't we have this? So the thing is, like, so this conflict that's going on, is this the kind of conflict that you would bring up with Scunner?
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, so then let's role play that out. Let's role play that out.
Okay,
So the thing is, like,
okay.
so he's groping out, he's groping, and the thing is, like, and you can tell that he can tell that you find this a little bit uncomfortable, and he's kind of getting off on that,
Yeah.
like in one of those like poking fun that he finds really funny, but no one else finds funny, kind of way.
Yeah, Scunner, mate, like this isn't right. What you're doing isn't right, mate.
Oh, laddie, come on, it's easy. Look how many of them there are. They're like cockroaches. They're everywhere. Like, don't like this one, this little morsel here. You don't need to worry about her.
Like that? No, Scunner, that's wrong. That's wrong, mate. Like, you need to stop. These people haven't done anything to us.
They haven't done anything to us. You're telling me that they didn't. Are you telling me that they didn't kill my wife? They didn't slay my daughter 30 years ago when just on a whim? Are you telling me that is that what you're saying?
Right. So.
So you've never heard this. Like this is something that he's telling you. So yeah, you've never.
Yeah. It's like, Scunner, mate. Like, this is news to me. Why didn't you ever tell me about this?
Oh well, cause yeah, I know it was. In fact, they did horrible things to my little girl. I just wanna get a little back. That's all I want. Yeah, they did terrible things. And he's just looking at you, and he's kind of smiling, and he's still like groping this little elf who is fucking terrified.
Scunner, you need to stop. Like, two wrongs don't make a right, mate.
What? What? Two wrongs don't make a right. I've never been one for the mathematics, that laddie. But I do have to say, the thing is it really what harm is there in me just having my I'm not gonna slit her throat. I'm not gonna hurt her, and you can tell that the other elves have there's been some unspoken communication amongst them. There's there's about 15 of them, and they're all kind of like, you can tell that they're all kind of like eyeing each other and with meaningful glances, exactly what's going on that you're not 100% certain, but
Yeah. So it's and we're outnumbered 3-1.
Yeah.
Or 5-1 essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, Scunner, look, mate. I don't know what happened in your past, but this is not. I know it sounds like you want to get revenge, but this is not the way to do it.
Not revenge. I just want a little fun, like just a hard day of fighting and a hard day of just the dirty work that we have to do. I just want a little break, a little good time. Give me that, won't you? Give me that, boy.
Like, Scunner, go for a swim then if you want to swim, mate.
A swim? What a swim? No, William. Little Willy Billy. Come on, Billy.
Scunner, I tell you, mate, if you keep going like
Billy,
this.
Tell me, have you ever had an elf? Have you ever had an elf? Because this one here, and he points to another one that like, of a similar, like, but also like pretty comely, and he's like, this one here, like, I mean, she looks like she might be just your size.
like, Scunner, mate, that's a guy. What are you trying to say, mate?
Oh well, it's so hard to tell. They're so hard to tell, and that's and even so, it doesn't really matter. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Not when your life is on the line every day, plying these seas, negotiating these crashing evil waves. Any moment we can be swept over the board. Don't even sweat it.
Yeah, see, this is tough because I know what I would say in real life. I basically tell him to eat a dick, and he needs to step off. Essentially.
Yeah, well, then go ahead. Then you can do it. Go ahead and do that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Scunner, mate. Look, if you don't stop, there's going to be issues. I know you don't. I know you think I'm Little Willie, but
issues, really. And he stops. He lets go of the girl, and he kind of steps up. He steps up to you. And he's like, he basically kind of like gets, chest to chest, face to face. And he steps up to you and he's like, really? Issues, eh? Is that what you're saying? Issues. What sort of issues are you going to be addressing here with me, boy?
Well, mate, do you want to find out?
Oh, no, the question is, do you want to find out?
That's me, Craig, going, thinking.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Not
yeah,
Willie going, like.
Yeah, no.
So do I have a weapon or anything at this point?
Yes, you do. You are armed. Now the thing is that we could do if you wanted to, you could try intimidating him. The thing is if you wanted to make a roll, against like I guess we could say maybe against your charisma. Which is a 10.
Which is the low. Yeah, which is a 10. That's my lowest.
But that's a 50-50 chance. It's a 50-50 chance.
So now who does? Okay,
so why don't you go into the first tab on Roll D20.
Yep. And I got my charisma.
And then just type /R 1D20 and see what it.
Oh, okay. In /R 1D20.
8.
So I got an 8.
All right. So you hit it. So all right. So what do you say?
Oh wait. No, it hits or it fails?
Yeah. You got it because you need to get under that stat. So yeah. So
I need to get under.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I had to get over that.
No. That's why when you've got a 16 for strength, if you're going to do a strength check, the thing is you got a much higher likelihood of pulling it off. So.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, that's me learning how to play.
No. Of course. No worries. So the thing is, all right, so you're able to intimidate him. Like, what is it that you say? So he's like, oh, what about you? Do you want to know?
So.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
So rolling goes. I was under the assumption that when you roll, you have to beat the number.
No, all right, no. So sometimes you do. So if you're attacking. If you're attacking someone and they've got an armor class of 12, you got to roll above a 12. If you're doing an attribute check, right? So his attribute is 10. So the thing is, it wouldn't make sense if his charisma was 16, which means he has a really high charisma. It wouldn't make sense for him to roll above a 16 to get for the check to work, right? Because the thing is because then what would the advantage of him having a high charisma be?
Yeah.
Well. My point would be he doesn't have a 16 charisma or a 10 charisma. 10 charisma equals out into a what? +0?
Yes. But the thing is but we're checking. We're not doing any sort of skill check. We're just doing a straight charisma check. So the thing is, so in order to check, and when you're doing a check against a stat, you just roll, and as long as you roll under the stat, you're successful. Does that make sense? So if you've got
it makes sense. It's just not how I understood the rules of the game at all.
Okay, well, yeah, that's it. The thing is that like when you are in fact, if you're making a skill check, right? If you've got a skill and you've got a certain points in that skill, the thing is that like, hold on, let me see. I'm just gonna pull up one of my character sheets. So if you've got a no arcana of 8, you need to roll under an 8 to actually have that skill work, So the thing is like so sometimes you have to roll under, sometimes you have to roll over. If you're trying to beat somebody, if you're trying to
Like if you're attacking, if you're attacking somebody, then you have to roll
Okay,
higher.
well then the whole concept of rolling a critical on a perception check or something of that nature.
So
that's still.
Rolling a critical is when you roll the exact number you have. So if you have a no arcana of 8 and you roll an 8, that's a critical. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. It just goes completely against my understanding of the rules.
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. Well, yeah. Then your understanding of the rules is a little bit off. But the thing is that like, yeah. Because the thing is like, so you're saying if you've got a no arcana of an 8, that if you roll above an 8, you're gonna get that. So if you put no points,
I think
so you're telling me
Waffleopticus is looking at it as it's all checks. So he's thinking that your 8 would be a -2 or -1. So then you roll against something.
Yeah, no, yeah,
and whatever your value is, you subtract 1 or 2 from it.
Yeah,
and then you check it against that
so
thing
basically the way that would work is like, so if you've got an intelligence of 17, so you've got a plus, you've got a plus whatever to your intelligence checks, and then you roll against an arcana of 8. The thing is that like you would add like that you would subtract that number from the roll. So if you're rolling 1d20 against an 8, and you've got here, let me see. So
I know when we played 5th edition, it was all like savings throws and checks like that.
Yeah.
Using your checking against something and using your multiplier, we never rolled it that way. But I've never played Pathfinder. For all I know, that's the way it's done. I don't know what it was in 3.5 or 3, and how Pathfinder does it. So.
And really, truthfully, it doesn't. The thing is it doesn't matter. Like we're just gonna. This is for expedience sake. We're just gonna go with this. He's got a charisma of 10. It works perfectly. He made the rule. We just keep going. It's this kind of rules lawyering that I think really slows down the game. The thing is as long as it makes sense and as long as it kind of works with the character as it's established.
No, I'm not like
fine,
trying to. I'm not trying to like jump into.
I
want to understand your rules, because this is not how Pathfinder normally works. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that definitely affects my decisions, and I want to know how you play it.
Sure. So in this particular instance, because the thing is that like because we're at a point before he's got, before his skills kind of come into play, before he has a potential to have an intimidate skill. This is a very quick and easy way for him to roll a dice and see if it works.
No, that's fine.
So the thing is
my thing is, again, that's not how skill checks work, and that's what I wanted to ask about. And if you have a different way of doing it, that's fine. I just wanted to know and verify that's how you were doing it.
No, yeah. So in this particular instance, every now and again, I will, if there are no skills, or if you don't have skills in place, and we just need to do a quick check, we will roll against the attribute, and that will be it.
No, that's fine too. I understand how that works. I'm saying what you're rolling against, from my reading of the rules, is not how it works at all. It is very much, you have a +3 to charisma, you add that to your roll, and you have a predetermined.
Yes. The skill check. Yeah. So I say, yeah, you have to overcome a 15, and the thing is yes, and all of that is still in play. But in this particular instance, where we've got, where we're just doing it, we're just looking for a quick.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought you were saying that, you always, if he has a charisma of 10, he always needs to roll under a 10. That's how rolls work. And I was like, that's
no.
That's okay.
That's
so that is a one-time off. Okay.
Yeah. That's
fine.
And that will and ability checks like that, for the most part, as we get deeper into it, and like those kinds of things, like there will be other like I'll put a difficulty roll out there, and we'll be. But the thing is, but in this particular instance, it's just easy.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
charisma.
fine.
Yeah, there you go.
And again, like I said, I just wanted to understand for how you ran the game, and it sounded to me like we're doing something very different. Okay, sounds good. Continue.
No, yeah. Okay. Cool.
That was a quick charisma check, everybody.
Yeah. Okay, so the thing is, so what was it that you said to him when you?
So when he steps up to me,
he steps to you, and he's like, he's like, do you really want to, and so the thing
is, I pull out my dice and I roll my charisma check, and I win. So I say, so I'm not super, boastful, or I'm not like, I don't necessarily get back in his face or anything like that, but I just kind of, put my hand on my sword or my cutlass that I have. I'm sure, if you're a raiding party, I'd have something like that, and I'd say, you taught me everything I know, mate. Do you want to see how well it took?
Yeah, right on. Awesome. Yeah, and so he stands there. So he stands there and he just eyes you for a little moment, and then he just gives you this big like shit-eating grin. And he's like, "Oh, that's my boy." He's like, "I was just testing you. That was great. You did a great job there. There you go, William. Good boy."
And I kind of, in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, right.
Yeah, of course.
That kind of thing. But.
Yeah, of course. And of course he's he makes a big to do, and he turns to the elves and he's like, I was just testing the boy, that's all it was. He's like,
what's their reaction like?
So the thing is like, obviously they're pretty stoic, and they're pretty they range anywhere from completely stoic to just incredulous. Is your read on it,
Yeah.
But the thing is he kind of glosses over him, and then he kind of goes on his way. So we're gonna jump ahead because I want to get the story up and running. But what we'll say is that from that point on, those elves kind of like whenever they had a request, whenever they had anything that they needed, that story made its way through all of the other ships.
Mm-hmm.
And so what you guys ended up having to do is you ended up having to split up your crews to get those ships back to harbor. The thing is that like there were a handful of you that would kind of have to go from boat to boat and kind of like handle some of the the various things that needed to be done.
Yeah, ships don't sail themselves.
Yeah. So things like and obviously people, you guys were able to enlist some of the help of some of the elves, but the thing is, but for the most part, a lot of their sailors were lost in the battle. So so most of those elves kind of whenever they had any issues, or whenever they had anything, had any concerns or any requests or anything, they would come to you first, So and that did not go unnoticed, even though it maybe went for the most part uncommented by your crew. But you can tell that was a kind of a little bit of a turning point,
Sure.
With you and the crew. So just so you know. And this will come into play later on. So this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start. So what we'll do is we'll say that that over the course of that conflict, right? Each of you got involved in the revolution in some capacity or another. So why don't we figure out kind of real quick what each of you. So the thing is, because I think that bonds made in wartime are definitely very strong, So why don't we real quick figure out kind of like what each of you could have done in that conflict, and we'll figure out kind of how we tie you all together. So obviously we know what Craig did.
We kind of know what I did already, so.
I think Jeff would be sort of the same thing. Like the thing is, I think you would probably have been on the front lines, right?
Yeah, I probably would have been on the front lines. Somehow, I would think, but based on what we discussed before, somehow I came in contact with William Cuddy.
Yeah.
and we somehow work together at some point, maybe not directly, but at least enough that we had some sort of reputation or familiarity with each other.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would be. If he's on a ship, it would have had to have been some sort of sea and land offensive joint.
Yeah, this is my thinking regarding that. So the thing is that like, I think that maybe you guys the only elves that were really like significant combatants were like the guard, like the elven families that like they basically had their own sort of like their own guards. They had their own police force, so there was definitely a militant group of elves in the city, and it was effectively those guys that were the people that commandeered the boats. It was those guys that protected the boats. It was those guys that actually worked in the city. So the thing is that like so I'm thinking that maybe there was like maybe a last campaign to take Terwillian. Wait, hold on. Is that what it's called? Terwillian Gate. Because the elves for the most part, like they basically just kept, like they kept losing ground. And so they, at some point, so we'll say that that maybe any human fighters, any fighters of any race other than elves, were kind of in this sort of like epic battle to take Terwillian Gate from the last remaining elves, And why don't we say that? In fact, we can even say so. So why don't we say that maybe so Matt, what do you think about being sort of like a halfling guide at this point in time? Like the four because there were probably elven outposts sort of along like trade routes and stuff like that. And when those elves when the war happened, like those elves took to the wilds.
Questions for that would be, so who did we decide abducted me?
Okay, yeah, and that's
that influences a lot.
Yeah, and it was definitely elves. It was definitely elves.
All right, and so I am guiding people to kill them, or guiding the elves.
Yeah, because those elves, the elves that took you, had the intention of doing evil things to you, right? So the thing is,
yeah. My point is, I would probably be pro the people who are anti-elf.
Yes, yeah, and so that would be the humans and the gnomes and and all the other races, yeah.
So my thing is, who am I guiding?
So I was thinking that you were guiding the sort of the pro-liberation forces, right?
Oh well, then yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I thought you were like trying to say I was guiding escaping elves, and I was just no, that's not happening.
What I was saying is I thought that maybe you'd be guiding Jeff, like that's how you and Jeff.
Yeah. Sure.
Like is like so you and Jeff have a long-standing relationship of maybe a couple years during the time that this campaign was being waged. Then we'll say that you and maybe you were assigned to his unit, and then we'll say that Jeff that maybe Craig's guy was assigned to that unit when you were taking Terwillian Gate, and then why don't we say Jay? So this is.
Yes, you rang. What? Yeah. Hello.
So I'm thinking that this is going to be the most complex of them because you really have. You effectively have you have a relationship with the elves that's a familial one. Why don't we say this? Maybe we say that Derlaniel and Gerender, who are the people that ran House Malithar. Why don't we say that they actually managed to negotiate some sort of truce that kept all of the elven houses they were like, look, we're willing to cede power, we're willing to cede lands, we're willing to cede all this stuff, and And then why don't we say that
like a underground railroad type situation?
Well, no. I think it would have been on the up and up early on. But then why don't we say that some of the elven houses betrayed that agreement? And why don't we say that Derlaniel and Gerender, your family, like your adopted mother and father, why don't we say that they were actually killed by other elves? Like they were killed by your, by their kinsmen.
You bastards!
Yeah, so why don't we say that in that was the thing that sent you to the other, to the human side, was that Derlaniel and Gerender had actually sorted out a peace that could have like prevented, all of the bloodshed that continued. And
it's like it's the last straw. I mean, it's because they were kind to my mother, and out of fealty to her, they kept me on.
Yeah.
And took care of me,
Yeah.
and then after everything we've been through, like they end up getting butt screwed by the machine, and I'm just fed up at that point.
Yes, perfect. How does that
All
sound?
right.
Does that work?
Yeah, that works for
Okay,
me. Yeah.
cool. So right, so the thing is, and so you. And why don't we say that? Yeah, why don't we say that you grew up in Terwillian Gate, so you know that place like by the back of your hand, and so why don't we say that you guys, all of you met in that last battle, this last campaign to take Terwillian Gate, and that might actually have some resonance later on, because the thing is like, because this is a place like this was a bloodbath, but now it's your home. Yeah. What do you guys think? I like that.
Works for me.
Yeah, so,
You tell us you are the god. You are God of this realm.
Okay. All right. Good.
I mean, I like that because it ties together the Brotherhood of War and how we all kind of met, because that is what happened. Not even in combat either. Like just like, because I was on a submarine for a long time, I never saw actual combat, but some of the guys on the boat are my best friends for life.
Yeah. Yeah. Amen.
So it's definitely highly plausible backstory.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. All right. Great. Then yeah. So what we'll do is we'll say that you guys throughout the course of the conflict, like it was sort of like I don't know if it was might even been a spoken thing, but it was like because none of you really come from families like none of you really have a deep familial connection, so the thing is, so this was the first time that where you actually ended up kind of being in a circumstance where you're like, fuck, like this feels like family to me, where my own values are being, because obviously Craig's character, William, does have a little bit of that, but again, like the thing is that like, that was kind of at least thrown a little bit.
It was kind of forced.
Yeah,
kind of
well,
forced
and also thrown into a little bit of question, particularly recently. Hey, Zerk. Hey, Boxhead. Good to see you guys. All right, awesome. So let's So Ed, so why don't we start off like, so let's say let's say you guys actually just put together this adventuring company, and you're sitting like and you're sitting around. In fact, no. What you've done, you actually have the final paperwork to get this adventuring company kind of up and running. You guys need to figure out what you want to call it. You have to figure out. You kind of have to figure out like the thing is like so the requisites for adventuring companies, you have to have a place of residence. You have to have a name for the actual company, and you have to list all the members, right? And then once you got that in place, then you guys are then you're official, and then you can start taking on like these kind of contracts, without earning the enmity of the powers that be within the city.
It's not like just being a vigilante or something.
Yeah, because you guys could do that. You could just go off and do do this stuff willy nilly. But the thing is that but if you return, if it's discovered that you return with treasure from from looted ruins, there's someone's going to come a calling.
Well, so Jay is our patron, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, yeah, you definitely Jay is the one that so it's the house that it's the Malithars, the House Malithar has given you your home, and
yes, they've since been deceased, so I don't what happened to their legacy. I mean, am I rich or am I just guaranteed in some sort of form that I have housing at this mansion location for X a number of years, and in which case I decide to form this adventure company in order to make money.
Well, I can
buy a sofa because apparently we're on bedrolls.
I think that really for me, the way I would see it is that you form this adventuring company, or you proposed to all your friends, hey, we should all work together. We can all make a fortune. We can all have great lives if we just do what we've been doing, which is stick together, and use the skills that we've got, our God-given talents to go, slay evil creatures and take their loot,
So I would take that to mean that basically on my adoptive parents' death, they bequeathed me this mansion, and nothing else.
So no. So you don't even own the mansion. It was just you were Rinama, who's your aunt. Is she dead too? No, she's alive. She's alive, and she's basically administrating all of House Malithar's accounts. And so she's decided that she's going to put you up rather than keep you in House Malithar on their actual estate with all the elves. That she's going to send you to their the second house, which it's still a mansion, but it's empty.
Yeah.
It's empty, and she's going to send you there, and that's where you're going to be situated, And I think that you're like, all right, well, great, because that means I can my buddies can move in,
Oh, whatever, I do what I want. Yeah.
Yeah.
I digitally re-added Jabba the Hutt to Star Wars. I do what I want.
Yeah. So I think the first thing you guys need to do is figure out what you want to call this little group of yours.
The Brushwoodsmen.
I like it.
I was thinking I was trying to come up with a pun. I couldn't come up with one. Adventures in Looty Getting.
Dine in Hell, Inc. This is one of those things where it sounds really easy. Yeah, just come up with a name. But then when you have to think about it, huh.
Would we be okay, these Elvish ruins, let me ask this.
Yeah.
These Elvish ruins, would they contain diamonds?
Yes, they would. Yes.
Are you saying we should be the diamond group?
Would we be a group that goes and tries to collect diamonds?
That's quite possible. Yeah,
a diamond group, if you will.
Yeah.
So here's a question, and it might be kind of silly, maybe not, but so now that this new government is, in power and everything like that, what is valuable in this world? Are diamonds valuable? I mean,
it could be
in Fallout, bottle caps are money, what is that?
The thing is it's still the same. It's basically things that are rare, right? So gold's still of value. Magic items are still of value. The thing is magic is not magic. Magic items in this universe are not as prevalent as they are in other Dungeons and Dragons worlds. But each magic item has pretty significant history. And each magic item might even have abilities and powers that you're not aware of that might be revealed over time, you know, as you kind of delve deeper into the history of each item. So,
okay. So nothing radical, you know. I mean,
No,
it's,
no, look. Can I give my 30 seconds?
yeah,
Pitch.
yeah, of course.
It's the equivalent of you know, the elves pop in a VHS tape, and it's me in a hot tub, and I say, "Hello, elvish investors, welcome to heavy pharmaceuticals and precious metal and precious stones concern. We value your business." And basically, we go on hijinks around, like, collecting awesome stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's
Yeah,
exactly
and
right.
then
Pharmaceuticals and precious metals concern. I think that's.
it sounds a lot like it sounds like the pyramid scheme, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The PPC. PPMC.
PPMC. Yeah,
It's not a pyramid scheme. Those are illegal. This is a multi-tiered marketing.
It's a multi-tiered adventuring system.
It's the trapezoid system.
Adventuring
yeah,
architecture. It's a.
I definitely like the word concern. You know,
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
You know, it's almost like saying, "Oh, it's an investment instrument," you know,
Yeah.
or something like that. I like that. I like that word, a concern.
Yeah.
We have concerns, you know, like
precious metal discovery concern. You know, I don't know.
yeah.
So
This
the
diamond group does have concerns.
Yes.
so the pharmaceutical and precious metals concern is not gonna fly.
Yeah, that's not.
No, I don't think that. But I just wanted
Just
to get
saying.
everybody thinking on a different
Yeah.
arc. You know.
Any Matt, are you gonna weigh in at all?
Yeah, I haven't really I've been racking my brain and I can't really come up with anything that's too much better than the Diamond Group.
I mean,
Nobody mentioned the fact that you know, the video opens with me in a hot tub. Like,
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
that's
That's how
I thought,
every memory I have of you opens.
I thought we started. I thought that was the basic takeaway from that was that you were going to always be in a hot tub. That you were just going to be. You're going to have a handful of orc slaves that carried you.
Well, I was gonna say his movement is gonna be severely hindered, but he looks fucking awesome doing it.
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm comfortable. Hey, how about that? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, this is tough because part of
It's
me.
gonna take us a year to get through one dungeon, but
Yeah.
it'll be awesome while we're doing it.
Yeah, part of the tough thing is that, you know, you say for the application we have to have a name right away, but it almost seems like, like we'd have to, either go through our first adventure or draw on our combat experience.
So why don't you just come up with a temporary name and then you can change it? Yeah.
Our adventuring company is called TBD.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
TBDC. TBD concern.
Yeah, we do have.
Yeah,
we
the
are
TBD
concerned. We are
Right, TBDC.
Concerns.
We're agreed on the concern.
We have many concerns. We just aren't sure on what they are.
Yes.
To
be
be
concerned.
determined
Yeah.
concern. That I like it.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, the TBDC. TBDC. I like it. All right, great.
No, it's TBDC LLC.
GmbH.
Yeah, and then PLC in the UK and
Yeah.
No, it's a joint venture between PLC and MNRDP out of the UK operation.
and
Subsidiary.
your board members are Ice-T, the what is it called?
Run DMC.
Run DMC.
Yeah,
Ice-T, Run
the
DMC.
LBC.
Yeah.
OPP.
Well, you got 311 in there too, but they're mine.
Yeah, they're minor stakeholders. Yeah.
Oh man, I like that. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, yeah, okay,
All
all
right,
right,
so
great.
yeah, TBDC. I like that.
Yeah. All right. So you guys. Yeah. So the TBC is established, and you guys are kind of like you. So we're gonna say you guys are the spotted man.
We're TBDC right now. We'll eventually drop the TB.
Yeah. And you'll
It
come
just
up.
be DC.
Yeah.
Which stands for
DC.
diamond.
There you
Boom.
go.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This
The
works.
diamond concern.
Diamond.
Yes, we're the diamond concern. There you go.
I like it.
Well, we basically stumbled into that one. I mean, seriously. Holy cow.
All the best names you stumble into.
Yep.
So we're gonna we'll say that so you guys are kind of like sort of at the spotted mare. We'll say it's it's maybe like 7 o'clock at night, and you're now celebrating the formation of your new company. And and the spotted mare is pretty packed, right? The thing is that like and it's packed with all of the like it's packed with mostly the people that work for that work for the elves in some capacity. It's like their their grounds people and their livery people.
Is it industry night? Would you say?
I mean that's just basically for the most part that's the normal retinue of people.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, and this is just my curiosity then.
Yeah.
I thought there was a revolution and the elves weren't really in control. Were they completely fleshed out?
Well,
Were they
it's
still kind of
like-
very much an oligarchy? Like, how does this play
it's
out?
It's like the British, and when after the Revolutionary War, it wasn't like that all British people were ejected from the country. It's just they lost a lot of their assets. They lost a lot of their control. They don't have any.
Right, but if you're saying that a majority of the people in this town their jobs are to upkeep the lifestyles of the elves.
Well, all right. So yeah. So no, it's not just the thing is. Well, yeah. Okay. So there still are eight elven families in this city that still have a lot of wealth and hold a lot of power, right? I mean, they've been entrenched for hundreds of years, and they were most of them were people that went along with the Malathar agreement to remove themselves from the war, to remove themselves from the fight. So the thing is there are a couple houses that are no longer here that actually decided to fight, So the thing is that's one of the main schisms that kind of still occurs in this city is that like there are, yes, the Malathars negotiated this agreement, and yes, these elves opted not. The elven, the elven families opted not to fight on paper, but most people how
They're still loyalists.
Well, yeah, and and how do people know? How do people know that they didn't really send? The thing is, that's a big. So there's, but the thing is that but the elven. Their money is still needed. The thing is that their power and their influence and their understanding of the economics of that world is necessary. And so there's sort of like the human elites and the elvish. I mean, and the gnome elites and the halfling. They've all agreed. Hey, good to see you, Kruvek. They've all agreed to. They've all agreed to sort of turn a blind eye, to start afresh.
It's like after the Civil War of the South.
Yes. Yeah.
There's still a lot of wealthy Southerners, but they lost a lot of political influence, and it took a while to get any of it back. And
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And you guys were so far removed. So the thing is so the military might of the elves was crushed. And those people that were obvious sympathizers, but there were a lot. Particularly the wealthy. The wealthy, they wanted to maintain their whatever affluence they could, so they were kind of playing.
They kept the rich.
Yeah. They were basically kind of playing both sides. In the intention or in the hope of being allied with whomever came out on top. Well, it turns out the humans came out on top, and so. Yeah, and so that's the way that all works. Does that answer your question, Matt?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool, awesome. Yeah, and there are other there. It's not just elves. It's not just there are other. There's human families. I mean, the thing is like this is. I mean, this is where all of that the elites. Basically, Terwillian Gate and Sky Harbor are these two neighborhoods are the places where the elites are situated. And there's maybe 200 or 300 homes in the Terwillian Gate neighborhood, and then maybe about 1,000 homes in Sky Harbor. So it's the kind of community where kind of everybody knows each other, and even before the war and even while the war was happening, like the wealthy saw each other as allies first, and then like that was they all kind of protected, which is the wealthy what the wealthy do.
Oh yeah, money before politics. Absolutely.
Yeah, amen. So all right, so the thing is, so you guys, so it's basically, but the Spotted Mare is basically occupied with sort of salt of the earth people, and you guys, so Jay, a bunch of these people, you've because you lived here your whole life, you're familiar with a handful of them. I would say that Jeff, you too, because you've done a lot of, there's 40,000, maybe 50,000 people in St. Marn, so it's not a big city by any stretch of the imagination. But the thing is, so you do, if you're a mover and shaker, if you're somebody that kind of like walks in the circles that rub shoulders with the rich and the powerful, there's a good chance you kind of know most of those people, and so the two of you definitely know them. So we ask come down to Matt. So Matt, do you want to walk in those circles, or do you want to walk in more in more street level circles?
Street level, or what was the other one again? I'm sorry.
Or the more affluent.
And affluence in this scenario would be more or less I'd be forced to.
It's both financially as well as politically affluent.
Right, no, but that's not my concern, or that would not be Sigroy's concern. Sigroy's concern was how many elves.
Oh yeah, that you would have to interact with. I mean, if you're in this, you're right. You probably wouldn't want to be in this neighborhood. You probably wouldn't. Like the thing is like you probably you probably stay like you're probably super familiar with the Narrows, Twin Tokens, North Township, that's sort of your probably area. And then what we'll say is that Craig, you're familiar with Green Harbor and Sky Harbor because they're ports,
Yeah. And I don't see how I would have an in with the upper crust of society. Just by myself. So.
And in fact, what we're going to say is the reason why you're able to do this temporarily is because the Sanguine Swan, which is your ship, is actually being refitted, and it's going to be a 6-month process.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're they're removing all the barnacles and they're adding new cannon ports, and they're which is one of the things that Hangin' Jane has always said that she wanted to do, Hanger Jane had always said she wanted to do was just give everybody a little bit of time off and get the Sanguine Swan, into serious fighting ship shape, and so
she's got to add all the spinners on and the.
She wants a bunch of fidget spinners, like because they're awesome.
Well, no, it needs the big 22s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you can put spinners on anything.
Yeah, you can, which is important.
A ship's overhaul it takes an extended period of time. So yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, the thing is, you've taken this time, you're using this time to kind of hang out with the. Are you guys noticing that there's a dance party on the?
I have noticed that. Yeah. I'm gonna spin myself around.
Where's the? Oh, here's the halfling. Whee! dance party. Woot woot.
It's really cool. I mean, this is a really cool system that you can do that stuff.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome, huh? All right. So you guys are kind of in your celebratory mood, and you notice, you notice when
For the record, Sigroy cannot hold his liquor, so he's getting really sloppy.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. In fact, yeah, we can. All right. So why don't we and for this instance, why don't we just do a Constitution check? Everybody roll a Constitution check, and let's see. Like, if you fail the Constitution check, you're 3 sheets to the wind. If you make it, then you're fine. So you're trying to roll under your Constitution just to make sure, that.
So we're rolling 20s.
Yeah, rolling 20-sided die. You want to roll under your Constitution.
And we need to check our Constitution, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So whatever your Constitution is, then if you roll under that, you're not.
Matt.
What's that?
Matt. What is my Constitution? I don't know where you decided.
Yeah.
Jay, you go right here. I got it. It's your Constitution is 10. Wait, no, that's not. How can that be your character? You've got nothing but 10s.
No, I haven't filled it in yet because Matt was helping me out with it,
damn it.
and it's so complex. That's what I was talking about.
Hold on.
last week.
wow.
I got it.
So if we're rolling under, I'm drunk and Matt's drunk.
Okay.
I told you Sigroy can't hold his liquor.
Oh wow, yeah. So that's a fumble. So Sigroy is fucking tossed.
Yeah,
So
and
Sigroy.
I'm 15 and I just rolled a 17.
Okay, yeah. All right. So you guys are pretty fucking shit faced. All right, great.
All right. Yeah, mine's a 13, and I got
Jay,
a 3. So
Okay.
Your Constitution is 18 adjusted at the moment.
Okay.
Oh wow. Wow. And he rolled a
I
one.
rolled a
All
1.
right, cool.
Oh yeah, pure blooded. What the fuck? All right.
and so what I did is
that's
if-
a critical Constitution hit, isn't it? Like.
No, I think
You know.
it's like in fact there's rule that anyway we're just gonna keep this real light and breezy. Like the thing is like if you roll under it you got it, and if you roll it above it like there's not the thing is like even the fumble thing is we're just gonna ignore for right now. But the thing is like all we're saying is like Waffle and Jeff's character. So Airloser and Sigroy are fucking shit faced drunk. So what is it the two of you have been doing that got you that drunk? In fact, speaking of which, I'm gonna grab a beer real quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves and figure that out real quick.
Yeah. What's funny about this is I'm actually pretty drunk right now, and you guys are most likely pretty sober.
yeah.
Roll reversal.
Well, I'm at work right now, so I'm not. I'm not working, but I'm at work. So.
I'm in the trees. I'm so fucked up. I'm in the trees.
And we need to figure out what you've been doing to get you that drunk, and we need to figure out what is your drunken behavior that you're doing. So again, I'm thinking that obviously Jeff's character is pretty strong, and Matt's character is pretty light. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It sounds like one would have the other in a headlock.
I'm thinking maybe airplanes. You could be doing
I
airplanes.
don't know.
I'm halfling tossing.
Yeah.
Hey, you're trying. No, I'm too charismatic. I'm not letting you do that. I'm just like, nah, man, you don't want to do that.
I sit them all down and I say, gentlemen, I guess you wonder why I asked you here for this meeting.
If you want to throw somebody, throw that guy. He's tiny than me.
Exactly. Yeah, he's.
So, all right. So why don't we? So let's see. So you guys are. So let's just. I mean, so let's think about this real quick. So let's figure out exactly what you all are doing. Living.
Well, so I'm pretty sober because my life on the sea. I learned how to hold my liquor pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially because my Constitution is 13 and I rolled a 3, so I'm hardly even affected.
And I could definitely see that because on the sea, it's like you never know when particularly because you've just come out of this war, you never really know when you never really know when.
When you're gonna get.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we're,
yeah, when
we-
you're gonna
the
get
reason
attacked,
why
yeah.
we're
That's
drunk
what-
is because we're celebrating. We just started a new adventuring thing.
Yeah, no, but what
Like-
I'm saying is no. What I'm saying is, what are you guys doing? What is it specifically that you're doing that's like you're now out of control, sort of drunken behavior? What is that?
I'm trying to convince Jeff's character to throw Jay's character across the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
Hey.
palling around.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
backflip onto a boulder.
I'm palling around. I'm a paladin.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I try to pick up Jay.
So yeah, I mean, all right. So yeah, is that? So yeah, all right. So yeah, so why don't in fact why don't we say that that's like so Jay, is this something? So he's trying to pick you up, like I guess now in what sense are you trying to like pick him up like in a camaraderie, like yes,
I'm
right
like-
on, like
I'm
all
like,
right.
hey, good. I'm like, hey, good looking.
Oh, okay. Okay, so do you and Jay, are you going with this?
No.
No.
That's not acceptable to be tossing gnomes. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
unless it's
toss
a gnome.
dwarves,
But
for
look,
Christ's
is that
sakes,
a-
not gnomes.
they've got the big. We're gonna put you in the Velcro thing, and they've got the Velcro wall. It'll be good
well,
time.
Yeah, and
Would you
pretty
say
soon
that's
a
I'm
big-
gonna end up on stage saying "space pants."
Would you say that's a big gnome?
Yes, that is a gnome.
No.
Listen, matey. We're going to be
I
bringing
can
you
see- I-
lots of
I can-
concerns, and so you can tolerate being chucked one time, matey.
Hey, well, I'm gonna resist.
So what? Yeah. So why do we? All right, so Matt, did you figure out Jay's armor class?
I mean, he's a no, or they get to have medium, or is it medium?
Well,
I
no,
forget.
there should be an armor class stat. Because what I'm thinking is we should have Jeff.
Oh,
roll.
his AC.
Yeah,
his
yeah.
AC.
We should have Jeff roll to see if he can grab if he can grab JB and to see if JB can try to not be grabbed, and then because the thing is I'm thinking that the result of this is going to start the very beginning of the so. All right. So Craig, you notice kind of as these guys, all of their sort of like silly perambulations are happening. You notice a few people enter the tavern. There's one person in a like a completely like dark colored. You can't tell if it's wine colored. You can't tell if it's black colored. There's a dark colored like cloak along with a hood, so you can't really make out any features. And then this person is, but this person is kind of diminutive. Not maybe 5'3", 5'4". And this person is flanked by two elves in like that are decked out in like kind of like not military garb, but like chainmail, like leather, like leather, like chainmail over leather, with weapons that look like they know how to use,
Like they mean
know how to
business.
use them,
Like they're not messing around.
Yeah,
they're not.
yeah. These are not dilettantes that just walked in. So let's see. Hold on, real quick. Let me just do something real quick. Okay, there's Jay. Can you put at least some of that stuff on his character? Oh, wait, I guess Jay, does Jay have to do that with his character sheet? Does he have not access to the? Let me see if I can get.
Okay, so again, this comes back to. But yeah, I can try and plug that in. Although looking at this, I think I might have done a mistake because we put his +4 to Constitution and +3 to Dexterity. I think those probably want to be swapped.
Yeah, if he's a rogue, yes.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
was thinking. But yeah, like the reason why it wasn't necessarily put into all of this is just because it's really bullshitty. Like it's how much crap you have to go through and do in this.
Yeah, well,
I can do the
because it's hard, and like I don't. have access to any of the automated like character sheets where you just plug in numbers and it auto generates everything for you and then says, please choose between, 10 out of 15 skills and please choose.
We got it.
Instead, I'm lazy and I'm. It's hard.
Dude,
what?
Seriously, man.
What tab is armor class under? Because I know I put my armor in, but I can't. And also somehow I have one.
It's under abilities and
attributes. Is that?
Oh, okay.
Yes, something like that. Yeah, I think so.
I thought it was. I thought it should be on your character sheet.
I'm sorry, it's under a character sheet, but abilities, you can add your feats and your proficiencies or whatever they call them.
It should be under core. Hold on.
Class features.
Because I know I saw it before. I just can't find it.
There's hit points.
And this is what I was talking about. Not liking this system.
I'm sure once you get it fully set up.
Mike, go to at the top. Go to skills.
Oh, defenses. Right? Is that what it is? And then defense values.
No, it should. It could be. No, that's. Here you go. Yeah, there you go. There's AC. So Jeff has an AC of 9. Because you don't have any armor, do you, Jeff? Yet.
I guess not. Yeah.
You haven't put any. Okay,
I haven't put anything on me. Yeah.
Yeah, that really doesn't make a ton of sense. Like, I think he should.
No, he does. No, he's going to. We just haven't inputted it in yet. So
yeah, I haven't done all that.
So that's fine for the purposes of this game. Like we definitely have to go and kind of get a little bit more granular with the. In fact, we might even want to talk about walking away from Pathfinder and just doing a different rule system. But we'll see.
I'm fine with Pathfinder. I'm just not fine with the way that they have the character sheets in Roll20 are really, really powerful, but because of that, they're incredibly complex, and you have to go in and do a ton of tinkering to get it to look like any semblance of usability.
We'll determine if we want to use those. Like whatever. It's right now. Let's just get in the story. Let's not like I said again. It's sort of like the rules lawyering thing. Let's let it go. So why don't we do this?
According to Waffle's sheet, my AC is 17 right now.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jeff, why don't you? So Jeff, roll your. I
rolled a 7.
Okay, so even whatever however it goes, that's 7's not enough to like. So things like so. Yeah. So we'll say you're so make a dexterity check. Just roll against your dexterity.
Roll.
So it's cool because if you're on your character sheet, if you just click that black button, like it does a roll for you.
What's that?
Like if you click on. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Good.
Oh no, yeah, I was just saying, like if you click on that black button that where it says dexterity, if you see it just pops it up like right there. You don't even have to type anything in. And then if you want to, verify it, then you just scroll. Yeah, you just scroll over it and it gives you the numbers.
So
I don't know. I mean, that's it's pretty neat. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. But give me 1 second. Let me. So you're talking about.
Like instead of having to type in roll 1d20.
Oh yes. Actually,
yeah, you just click on the little button.
Yeah, if you look in the chat, you just rolled a whole bunch for my.
Yeah.
All
right. So what was your roll? What was your roll, Jeff?
Oh, I just rolled a d20 and I got a 1.
You got a 1. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, then.
So I hijack him and I backflip onto a boulder.
No. That's fine. Like I just want him to roll if he rolls under his deck. So things like so. Because you try to grab Jay, you stumble, you miss, you don't collapse. I was gonna have you collapse over the table. You don't. You manage to kind of keep yourself upright. But it was a very close call. And You know, and we'll say you jostle like one of the like a guy kind of sitting right behind Jay, and he's like, hey, and like he turns around and he kind of glares at you, and then he sees your size, and he sees your level of drunkenness, and he's like, be careful, please, you know, and kind of turns back, and you know, like, And so Craig, you're the only one that's really kind of got the eyeball on the door. This person in the cloak kind of like scans the room, sees you guys, and starts heading over.
So in this instance, I feel, that the guys are having fun. I don't feel like there's a high threat level, being in the spotted mare.
Sure.
There's a lot of people around. I don't think there's anything real bad's going to happen. So I just kind of, continue to observe him, I think, as he and his cronies come over. But I'm aware of it.
Awesome. All right. Well, yeah. So things. Yeah. So it actually. So the person kind of comes over. You can tell that the clothing. It looks like this person's wearing some sort of robe or something like that. And it's pretty damn opulent. It's like it's pretty top shelf kind of looking like garb. Like the thread count is out of control, probably Egyptian cotton, things of that,
So I try to figure out, So I'm figuring out, if is he? So he looks like he has.
What race is he?
Oh
so,
yeah.
No, you can't. So you still can't make that out.
So he's still got the hood on.
Yeah.
Okay, how tall is he?
5'3".
Okay.
So he's like right in, he's like right in that kind of cutoff between.
He's either a tall dwarf or a short
human.
Or she.
And so this person walks up to your table, and says, "I've noticed. Is that you? Is that you, Odd?"
Who?
And she's addressing Jay. Is that you? Odd?
No. Who? Yes, it is me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you definitely, Jay, you definitely recognize the voice, and you definitely know who, like the person who coined the name Odd. It's that person.
Oh, it's my childhood friend.
Yes, Raywin.
Miss Bitchy. All right, okay, let's bring it on. And I say, a good evening to you, milady. Would you care to join me and my guest of friends?
I wouldn't. In fact, I have something of a business proposition that I thought I would proffer before I took it to the adventuring board.
Now, what is the disposition of her companions? Are they just standing there, or they
definitely look like bodyguard types, and but they look like good bodyguards. So one of them is scoping you guys out, and then the other one kind of has put his back against the bar and is kind of keeping an eye on everybody else. And they definitely look like
overtly threatening to us.
No, not at all. But it definitely looks like they're very much on their guard. Okay. Like as if they're expecting something to happen.
Okay.
And I would, this is where I'm going to say, milady, I love you, and I will flip the coin that was bequeathed to me, and if it comes up heads, your wish is granted.
So I don't know. Something tells me we're not going to have an option to turn down her request, though.
Odd, over here.
Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna if she's coming over to talk to us, don't you think you should, ask us what?
Okay. All right. I run it by the gang. The gang says, "You're crazy."
You can't speak for all of us, bro.
And I say, all right, I begrudgingly go ahead, and I say, as you wish.
Now, don't worry, my lady. Also, what's going on with your boys over here? Like they're not. They look like they're prepping for something nasty. We're all friends here.
So you interject that, and she looks at you like kind of surprised, and then she looks back at Odd, and goes, you keep some very strange company.
Well, I mean, first off, you must understand that I'm easily the most charismatic person in the room.
Yes, no. I know. I'm getting that. I'm getting there. Don't sweat that. The thing is like, but even so, like the thing is like, you know, having even a charming halfling kind of address like is just a bit of like something that doesn't happen to her every day.
Oh,
right?
fair.
So she turns to Jay and says, or she turns to Odd and goes, you keep some very unusual company. But you're right, Master Halfling. Is that? Are you Kodaki or are you Kokali? Are you of the Europe? Are you of the other continent disposition? I don't know.
I keep on forgetting which one. It was the non-savage one.
Yeah, the Kodaki.
Kodaki. I'm telling you, man, they sound too similar. I'm gonna keep on forgetting.
Yeah, but that's their job.
I think that plays into it.
Put it in your notes and write it down and spell it out phonetically because it's specifically designed. Like later in the story you'll find out why they're so similar. But you know.
So Kodaki bad.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Kodaki is good. Kokali are the savages.
Okay.
So anyway, after this
So the thing is
encounter,
she asks, Sigroy, you know, are you of the Kodaki or Kokali persuasion?
he still doesn't know.
No, I was writing it down. I was writing it down on my character sheet, okay? Why I am of the Kodaki, milady.
Oh, well, they're actually a quite delightful. Well, I mean, certainly not all of your kinsmen, but certainly much preferable to the Kokali. Yeah, don't you agree?
I wouldn't know. I was taken as a young child.
Oh, really? So did you spend your formative years here with us? Here in St. Martin?
I forget. Like what? Where did we establish that?
Yeah,
I don't think we touched
you did.
on that.
I mean, the thing is we'll say that after whatever horrors the elves perpetrated on you, you were kind of adopted by some. We'll figure that out in a little while. Like, you'll have to determine if you want to have been adopted by humans, if you want to have been adopted by orcs or by elves. I mean, or like by whomever, but like certainly not elves, but gnomes perhaps or humans, whatever you'd like. Most likely,
I would be a halfling among gnomes. No.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll figure that out later. Yes, no, I grew up among these people.
Oh, well, that's fascinating. And so, do you maintain no fealty with your kinsmen?
That's a good question I hadn't thought of yet.
No, make a decision.
Maybe you should roll for it.
No. These are important character things. Like I want him to make a decision.
Okay.
I mean, you can always say cagey stuff like in some
No,
circumstances.
no. I interject and I say, Madame, he gives no fealty to anyone except coin, as we all do.
No. Oh, come now, Odd. Yes, I know. I do know that you do love the
odd coin.
I do know that coin is your primary motivator, which is why I've come to you. I'm hoping that you've managed to assemble some friends of yours that are actually capable of procuring the item that I wish. I can tell you that this will be a contract. This will be an actual. I can't. I don't.
Well, Quite capable, my lady.
I need your word. I need your word that if I do divulge what I need your word that you will assist me. I need that. I need that. Otherwise, I'm. My life is in danger, Odd. My life is in danger. And not only my life, but by.
I can't speak for my kinfolk, but
I look at Odd and I'm just like, so you want to help her?
And I'm like, yeah, I guess I have to. So that
is that what you say to your wife?
No, I mean, she strung me along my entire life. I mean, and I haven't seen her in quite some time. And for her to show up out of nowhere, promising offers of riches on a quest that endangers her rise, I'm a little skeptical. I just have to say.
I look at both of them. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You're not going to help a woman in need?
Yeah, good. Craig, are you going to try? So yeah, and so in fact, yeah. So she smiles. So the thing is, so she's pretty good looking. She's got a vibrant, I mean, they're elves, blah blah blah. She's got a vibrant smile, and she's just like, but there's something like, anyway, there's something extra. Some extra oomph, and so she gives you
alluring about her.
Yeah, and so she gives you this big smile, and is like, "Thank you, kind sir." And
I give her like a smile back and a little wink and a raise my eyebrows a little bit.
You do a little bow,
Yeah, I'd like
a little military paladin bow. Yeah,
I'd do like a little rock. Like, can you smell what the rock is kicking? Kind of eyebrow raise, kind of like.
Yeah, I still got my eye on the two guards that came with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of that's where my focus is.
So anyway, at this point, I'm resigned. My kinfolk has spoken, and by all means, lady, tell me what you seek. And we will do our best to facilitate. You. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, then please, then may I sit?
Yeah, and I pull a chair out.
Okay. No, I make a roll of D6.
No. Again. You guys must remember that right now, Matt, Waffle, you're fucking shit-faced drunk, and Jeff, so too are you, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, so keep that in mind.
That doesn't mean I'm not charismatic.
No, yes, of course, but the thing is, but you can still be. A very charismatic person can still be drunken, gregarious, and over the top. Like, you're not James. Like, if James Bond is blitz drunk, he's not fucking. It's money penny.
So
that's
and why do you think I've been so upfront and forward so far? Like, I'm not normally this.
I'm just saying. I'm just kind of reminding you guys, like, you're definitely your best.
So
definitely.
I try to pull her chair out for her, and as I bend over to grab the chair, I just fall flat on my face.
Okay. Yeah. She's So she
by all means, my lady.
She looks and she smiles and she's like there's no need for such zealousness.
Then I start laughing, like, just hysterically.
So she starts to say that. She says there's no need for such zealous. Oh, okay. And then she deposits herself on the seat. And she just kind of turns off Jeff, and she turns back to Jay.
Now, upon us accepting her offer or anything, do the guards kind of relax at all or anything like that? Because I'm getting tired of looking at them.
Certainly, yeah. Well, certainly. So yeah. So once she sits down, the guard that's kind of keeping an eye on you guys. Now the thing is like he's still keeping an eye on you, right? The thing is like he's still like it definitely seems like these guys are they definitely seem like they're behaving like at any moment something is going to fly out of the shadows and strike,
So that's just their stance. So I'm getting tired of looking at them. That's just kind of how they are. they're there to protect her, but they're not posing a threat to us at all. So I'm going to not pay attention to them as much. I'm going to turn my attention to what she's saying.
You've assessed them, and you've found them
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
You gave him
not threatening.
an ocular
Not a
pat
threat to
down.
us.
Yeah.
Not a threat to us.
An ocular pat down is what they were given.
Yeah, they're clear. I gave him an ocular pat
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I'm just getting bored of looking at them.
All right. So good. All right. So she sits down and she goes. All right, so I can't explain too much about what I've been up to these past many years. But you're my brother, right? She puts her hand on Odd. She puts her hand on your hand, kind of cups your hand, you know. She goes, "You're my brother. You know that my family and my father and my mother, they were involved with things and with powers that are beyond the ken of most normal folk. Yes, you know that. Yes, of course you know that. You know that.
I do. Yeah, indeed.
Well, without getting into too much, I need an item, and I believe I've been researching these past handful of years, and I believe that I know where its resting place, and I need it desperately, and I need it before the full moon of this, and so the full, and so you. Why don't we just do it? Just because I don't know what this would fall under. Just everybody do an intelligence check, so roll d20 against your intelligence.
Did we just roll?
Yeah. Just
Roll
a
from the character sheet, or-
D20 against your intelligence. Yeah. Yeah, Waffles. Sigroy is shit faced.
No, and again, this is like you're doing check rolls backwards.
Oh wait,
and that's the thing that's getting on to me.
Are you saying no, dude, say just are you? I think you're doing. Are you doing /R 1d20?
No, you're just rolling.
You're just
doing
typing in 20. Yeah.
/R20.
Yeah, R20. It's always gonna roll 20.
Yeah.
I clicked
Okay,
on
but
my.
either way, I'm still saying you're doing these checks backwards because by your logic at the moment, I will never fail a charisma check ever.
Yeah, no, that's fine because you're that for these really fundamental easy. The thing is like, look, I'm just saying that this is just a easy breezy way. Like, well, yeah, and really truthfully, man, you've got a 15 charisma, right? The thing is that like
20.
What's that?
I have a 20 charisma.
Oh, that's right, because you put the extra. Yeah. So the thing is, yeah, no, there you go. The only then under this kind of circumstance, the only way that you would fail if doing these kinds of checks and this particular rule would be if you got negative modifiers, right? And there definitely will be circumstances where you get negative modifiers. So the thing is that like so don't. All I'm saying is like don't sweat the rules lawyering. The thing is like if I just be like do this, then just do it. You know, like be like all right, that works. If it makes sense, and it does. The thing is that like like you're rolling against your intelligence, like just to kind of be aware of the passage of the moon. So things. So you guys know that so those of you that made it, you're aware that like the full moon just happened about 4 or 5 days ago, right?
Yeah, no, I'm like retarded. I rolled a 1.
No, then that's fine because it's below your intelligence. You're fine, so you got it. You know, like that's. I'm not. There's no criticals or fumbles on these kinds of things. It's just I'm just trying to add some like a little bit of like randomness to this thing.
Yeah, just to get the story going.
Yeah,
and then
so
we can start dialing
and just get some die rolling and get everybody accustomed to rolling dice. And the thing is like we will get more rules heavy as the game progresses. Right now, I'm just trying to get just throw some elements of randomness into the story. So
that sounds cool.
So the thing is, so she says, like I'm gonna need this before the next full moon, but she doesn't offer more of an explanation as to why, but she does say, and is this something that you can do for me? I have a map it's an old map, and so I don't know if the topography has changed over the millennia when this map was since this map was drawn. But according to the people I've consulted with, it looks like this might be a 2 or 3 day venture out into the wilds to find the entrance, and it definitely does seem to be an ancient ruin of my people.
Give me
So
the
what you're
map.
saying?
What's that? What was that, Matt?
I was just gonna go on a. So you won't tell us what we're finding, only where to find it and when you need it.
No. Yes, it's a dagger. It's a blade. It's an old. I mean, to look at it, I believe. Now, again, I can only tell you this based on what I've read and my studies. But and now I do want you to know that I shall be accompanying you on this venture out into this. It's and I'm certain, I am 100% certain that I will recognize it when I see it. But it is a blade. It's almost nondescript. It's an ancient thing, and it should be made of just one piece of metal with some stains. Apparently, the blade has been stained. It would to the common eye, it would look like, you know, a piece of metal fashioned into a crude implement, but it's so much more than that. It's so much more.
Interesting.
And anything that we find within this ruin, I will forfeit. So any other plunder that you might discover is 100% yours. Of course, minus whatever the city takes as a levy.
So the city taking as a levy thing, that's just normal par for the course.
Yeah.
We would expect that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's part of it, yeah.
So are you offering us anything on top of this? Because at the moment, the only thing that I am seeing is we help you with something and we might get something out of it.
I will certainly pay for retainers. I will certainly pay for whatever supplies you require, so long as they're within the realm of reason. I will provide you mounts for us to get out there. I will provide like whatever if you require other apparatus or apparati for opening the to me from my studies, it seems as if the entrance to this place has been obscured in some fashion. What I don't know, I don't think we'll know until we get out there. So it seems perhaps that we might need some ability to move some earth, or So if you need retainers, if you need if you need digging implements or things of that nature, of course, I'll definitely provide.
Yeah, writs of passages, etc., etc.
Milady, will your two companions be joining us as well?
Oh, of course they will. But you need not worry about them. I promise you, they are not. They are there for my own protection. I must tell you that there are others who are seeking. I believe I am ahead of them in terms of my research and my studies. I believe that we should be getting there. We should be arriving at this ruin before them. But I don't know how. I know that they were hot on the proverbial coattails, and so I believe that perhaps they will. We might encounter them upon our exit, or if we tarry there for too long, we might encounter them within the ruins themselves, and they are not to be trifled with.
Are they of the Kokani or the other one?
Well, those are both halfling races. So it's not necessarily.
Okay. Are they good or bad? I guess is what I'm wondering.
She's like she like. So do you say something to that effect? She gives you like a very pedantic smile, and she goes, "They're bad, of course."
Like, yep, they're the bad ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Heard that one before.
I say, Milady, do you mind if we have a minute to discuss amongst ourselves?
Of course, I would expect nothing less. I will retire at the bar. She looks around and she sees like a couple open spots at the bar, and she's like, I will retire to the bar, and do come find me once you've made your decision. But I do press upon you the idea that this is going to be the time is time is of the essence.
Time sensitive.
Utmost importance. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, thank you, my lady. That is most gracious. All right, guys. I think we need to. Look. We need to get our adventure company going. I say, vote that we do it.
Look, we got two of our members like just drunk off their asses. Like, what else are we doing? Let's do this shit. I don't like.
I would offer some advice, but I don't know how lucid I am to do so.
You can put it through the drunken lens. Think about if you're like. I'm certain.
I would be like, it sounds dangerous. It sounds like she wants some hired muscle.
Well, she's going to pay all the expenses and everything, so we're going in. It sounds like from a physical perspective, at least, it's very little risk to us. Now, what we find along the way, mates, that's anybody's question.
And I'm like, I'd like to get a better look at her physical perspective.
Hey, how about that?
I would
Got
be
that right.
What was that?
I'm trying to think of the words. So I don't trust her.
Okay.
But then again, I don't trust any of her kind.
Yeah, of course, which makes sense. But that's what you say, right?
Right. No, that's exactly.
Yeah, okay. So how do you guys respond to that?
I do inaudible shrug.
I'm gonna say, look, this girl was my companion, and we grew up together.
She's effectively your adopted sister, right, Jay?
Yeah, it's like as much as I, kind of have distaste for how she treated me and everything, this is something I'm incumbent to do. So if you fine gentlemen want to join me on this venture, please.
Let me ask an aside, Mike.
Yeah.
In my order, would I have worked with elves a lot, or is it like a purely human?
Yeah. In fact, I would say before the actual war kind of kicked in, you probably spent about 20 or 30% of your time interacting with the elven, with the great houses.
So I would say, I've known some good ones. I've known some bad ones. They're just like anybody else. Like I would chime in with something like that. Like I would.
Yeah.
I'd basically weigh in with there's like just like anybody, there's good ones and bad ones. So she may be a good one, she may be a bad one, but.
And you guys
her race doesn't affect that.
And you guys hearing that through the lens of a very drunken, like him interjecting there may be a good one. She might be a bad one. Yeah, it really makes a lasting impression. You guys are like, all right.
Well, and I feel that from
she looks like a pretty good one to me.
Yeah, she might. If she's good,
like facing
she's probably gonna be really good. And if she's bad, well, then forget about it.
I like them when they're bad.
Yeah, I don't. I feel that we bested them in combat before, and whatever threat, her and her guards pose to us, I think it's minimal. Because look at us. We are the TBDC.
Yeah.
I don't know.
With a
It's like
And
you
I
can't.
just start- I
It's
just,
like you're
like,
stuttering.
sputter.
You can't finish your sentence.
I'm
We're
like
too big
sputtering
here.
on the ground. I'm just like, I'm still on the ground.
Yeah. I definitely see you on the floor with like your arms up, like, hey, yeah, no.
So I don't trust her, but I do trust you, and I say this with a little bit of a jive and like pokiness. Odd, because that's the first time we've ever heard anyone call him odd. So
Yeah.
That's so
Indeed.
odd.
so if you say she's good for it, then I'm in.
I have to say I'm vouching for her.
Wow, cool.
So there you go.
So just do one of you or do all of you, like, how do you go and let her know?
I'm like, I'll tell her, and then I proceed to.
Stumble over?
They're like, no.
Okay,
I-
no, awesome. So, all right,
No.
so
I roll over
No,
onto my
no.
front, and I try to get up, and I still fall on the ground.
okay,
It's
yeah,
like I
all
try
right,
I try to go grab him, but he's
So
too quick.
no. Let's do this in real time. So yeah, so Jeff Airloser goes, I'll tell her, and he like rolls over and he's like getting up. How are you guys reacting to his? I'll tell her.
Like, no. I try to grab him. I try to stop him. Like, we don't. Like, I think that would.
Oh. I'm drunk as well, so I'm just laughing watching this.
Okay, yeah. It's all right. So yeah, okay. So we'll say without getting into too, like, we're not gonna get too myopic about this kind of thing. But yeah, so we'll say that William restrains Airloser, like, and so I'm assuming Jay, are you Odd? Are you gonna go over and let her know that you guys have an accord?
I'm happy to.
All right, cool.
So
Yeah,
I venture over.
You go tell her. You have the rapport with her. You go let her know.
and I say, I haven't seen you in years. I've been festooned to this life of vagabondery, and
Vagabondery.
yes, me and my troop of vagabonds will take you up on your offer, and we will do your bidding
Thank you.
as long
Thank you.
as it serves our
Odd,
interests.
Thank you, 1,000 times thank you. I can't tell you how much this means to me. What do you require from me, and how quickly can we be off? Again, time is of the essence. If we could leave tonight, that would be optimal.
Okay, I require 10 bottles of gin, 3 bottles of whiskey, 4 whores, and Waffle-
6
waffle
weeks.
duty.
She cuts you off, and she's in 6 weeks to indulge in all of them. Yes, I understand. These are the post success celebrations. What do you need for us to actually get on the road?
let me consult the council.
Of course.
I have no idea. I have no idea what I need.
Yeah, I don't-
Horses, men, weapons, money.
So
maps,
do we still
speed.
have? the map?
I'll start with a
Or
good
did she
night's
take the map
rest.
back?
Yeah. I need some hangover.
She asked that after Odd finishes his little thing. I'm just like, before we do anything, I need a night's sleep, and then we can talk about what we will actually need.
And does that resonate with the rest of you guys?
I'm already asleep
no,
on the
I mean they can sleep on the cart. Let's get rolling. Let's get out of here.
Do we have a cart?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We need a cart. We need.
So all right, so really truthfully, I think what I'd like you guys to do is kind of put together a list of the things that you definitely will be taking with you. And the thing is, like, and so in this particular from this particular perspective, you can figure out like what weapons you have, what armor you have. You know, like anything within reason
Right.
is totally fine. No magic items, but anything else is totally fine. But again,
and that's why, like, I know that Sigroy would want to sit down and he would want to look at the map, see how far away it is, see what kind of terrain is going to be over. And he knows that he's way too damn drunk to do that right now, so he wants to do that in the morning.
Awesome. No, that's so okay. So does everybody else agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I would agree with that, except I'm already sleeping on the floor.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Great.
No,
it sounds like this is a good like kind of stopping point for us to like figure out what's going to happen next week. Then,
I mean, we could, yeah.
I don't know if it's a stopping point. I'm just saying I'm already asleep on the floor, so we can like fast forward to the next morning.
I mean, what I'm thinking, where I think that we should definitely, if we're gonna stop, I think that we should at least get like, I think we should at least get all of the stuff that you guys are gonna be bringing with you sorted out, right? So the thing is like, and you can definitely add to the list if we want to stop now. You can definitely, as you think about this during the next week, you can definitely add to the list if you're like, shit, we need torches and we need food, or like, or things to make the food. Like, but the thing is, I would like to come up with a pretty comprehensive list of the things that you guys feel are necessary for you to bring along with you.
Okay, well then let's step out of role playing for a bit and
we don't even need to step out of role playing. So, like, I would want the map to look at and to study. So would she be willing to give us that?
Yep.
Okay, so we look at the map. Explain what the map looks like. How far away is this place?
And it's an ancient map apparently. That's not quite accurate. Today's standards.
So why don't we do this? Craig, why don't you, because you're the person most familiar with Seacoast, why don't you make a check? Now, do you have any seafaring skills?
Oh man, I have to. Let me pull up the. Because I'm just looking at my.
So is this map
it's got a coastline, and so the thing is like that's the thing. So what she's told you is that she believes it's only a 3 or 4 day travel along the coast. But the thing is it like
coastline. That's
what's that?
Because I was just going to be like, so if it's along a coastline, but like we would have a general knowledge of the vicinity, so we would know if there is a coastline anywhere near here.
Of course. Well, you're because this is a port city. There definitely is a coastline. So you're on the coast. So you can follow the coast. So, but the thing is that but are you it's just if somebody's able to recognize exactly where the coast is by looking at the coast, then you'll have some a little bit more interesting perspective on kind of like the thing is that she believes it's south. She believes it's 3 or 4 days travel south. So at the assumption of maybe 40 miles a day, it's going to be it's 120 100 to 150 miles south, or 100 or 90 miles to 120 miles south. It's something like, but again, the thing is like what she's saying is that like this map is very, very old. And,
right.
And the topography has probably changed because it's thousands of years old, this map.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, to answer your question, like looking at my skills, the only one that I think that would match would be local knowledge. But then I don't.
And local knowledge might actually work. Like that actually would make a lot of sense for you because you're a sailor, like you're a swashbuckler. So yeah. So why don't we do a let me see. It's gonna be a.
So I don't know if I. Oh yeah, I filled it. Local. Yeah, I filled that part in. I can do a roll on local knowledge, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so why don't we do a check against a 12 difficulty? Why don't you roll 1d20? What's your local knowledge?
7, I think.
Okay, let me just check that out real quick. Hold on.
Can heal get rid of drunkenness?
No, I mean, no. The thing
This is the next
like-
morning. This is the next morning.
Okay,
We've,
okay.
uh,
So we're fast forward. Okay, so
Yeah.
Well, wait. Let's let her and her compadres know.
So we have jump forward in time. We have
Okay,
jump forward
okay,
in time.
okay. So
Because
in that
the thing
case,
is because she's not gonna show you the map. You know, she's not gonna break out the map.
I'm very hungover, but I'm lucid and I'm looking at the map. And
Hold on, real quick. This my PDF thing is very, very slow. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna because I'm trying to find the skill check chart. Oh man, I wish there was better. I wish there was a better table of contents I could just click on that would give me that. But
I just use the website. Like I linked to it a minute ago.
Yeah, that's the one I pulled up.
I don't know.
Like that's the relevant skill rolling page.
All right. You just you put it in Skype.
Roll 20 chat.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
Oh no, I thought you put it in Skype. Oh, never mind. No, you put it in Skype. That's what it was.
No. All right. There we go.
Oh, I
That's
also
what-
put it in
that's
Skype
where I
earlier.
clicked on the
Yeah.
link from.
Okay, there we go. No, okay. All right, here we go.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yes, the August Mega Bundle.
Skill checks. So
the only thing I have is knowledge religion, so I'm probably not going to be able to
you
tell.
could you could take 10. What's your skill?
My local knowledge skill is 7, I think. Yeah, total is 7
Okay.
for local knowledge.
Using a class skill. Is that a class skill?
That is a class skill. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you just took 10, it would put you with a 13. You'd be totally fine. So why don't you do that? So we're just gonna say that you took a so you can take 10 when you've got enough time to actually sort things out, and like if it's not time critical, you can just say I'm gonna take 10, and then basically it's 10 plus whatever modifiers you have, and so you can take 10. And then you got your +3 modifier, and you meet the 12 the 12 difficulty. So you look at it and you do recognize the coastline has changed a little bit since. But the thing is that like there are certain hallmarks. There's like little atolls and stuff like that on the map that you're like, oh yeah, that's probably this area. It definitely is. It's like maybe a day and a half sail south. When you've got decent winds, or you're assuming it's going to actually probably be like a 4 or 5 day travel time over land. Yeah.
Okay.
And but you do know that it's through. It's through. Well, actually, and in fact. So when you mention what it is, in fact, Waffle, what's your? Do you have any local knowledge?
Not local. I have historical, and I would have lore.
Ooh, historical.
might.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that might help.
No, this is for something. This is for something current.
Yeah, but he's looking at a map that's ancient.
But this all right. So, but the thing is, but one of you guys are going to know this. This is definitely through heavy Kokali territory. So, which are the savage halfling tribe.
Well, this changes things.
Yeah.
So they know that because of their local regional knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna say that you guys know that basically
This is more common knowledge.
It's common knowledge.
It's
like we're going to Mexico, bro. Yo!
Yeah. There's
We're going that far north?
There's some river maybe 75 miles south, upon which when you cross it you enter Kokali territory, and this is and so where you guys are heading is like it's like 160 miles. So you're definitely in Kokali territory.
Well, so we're definitely going to need to bring weapons.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I have.
We're gonna
I haven't
need a
done
bigger
any
boat.
equipment. I haven't done any equipment yet, so I'm definitely gonna need to stack myself out.
Yeah. So why don't you sort that?
Are we gonna need armor and
Yes,
weapons?
armor. So what you definitely want to do is you want to figure out armor, weapons. You want to figure out all the stuff that you're going to be carrying with you on horses. So you'll have because this you've got sort of money behind you. You can have a couple horses carrying extra stuff, but you also need to figure out the stuff you're going to carry with you without horses into the ruins.
So as far as weapons, are we gonna be like starting with kind of basic weapons?
Yeah,
or...
no magic weapons, but you can definitely do, like, if you want it to be a finely made weapon, if you want to like add some filigree, or maybe like if you've got a weapon that you want to build some story into, and hey, it's got a jewel, like that kind of stuff is totally fine. Just no special modifiers to start.
Yeah, I kind of went through and filled in like based on like what my class would have. I already kind of went through and figured out like my weapon and my armor, and they're not really that great, to be honest with you. But I've definitely come up with the story behind all that.
Awesome. And you got so you're armed with pistols, is that correct?
I have a broken musket.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
And broken basically means it's like minus, it's like half the hit points or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's something like that.
Awesome. Cool. All right,
Tout, sorry about the dog, guys.
God damn you!
No, that's ambiance.
You're kicked out of the group. You're kicked out of the group.
No,
It's not even my dog, damn it.
I mean, I'm sure there's there's probably lots of stray dogs in St. Martin.
Yeah, there certainly are. So, all right, so you guys, all right, so do you want to? Do we want to just figure out what you guys are bringing? So, and again, you guys can bring retainers, right? So the thing is, like, so you need to figure out how many people you're traveling with. Like, do you want to hire 10 people to, like, because let's say you run across a gigantic store of loot, like, it's going to take you a long, if it's 10,000 gold pieces, it's going to take, 5 guys quite some significant amount of time to carry all that weight, do you want to bring,
about that before.
What's that?
I'd never thought about something like that before.
Yeah. So
I thought all that type of like weight carrying and minuscule type of stuff went away from D&D to advanced D&D, and AD&D like kind of got rid of a lot of that.
No.
Is Pathfinder like reintroducing all that stuff?
No, it's always, encumbrance has always been. I mean, really, truthfully, for me, it's like I think it's because it's going to have an impact on the story. Right?
It's just like dealing with economics and stuff like that.
It comes down
that's
to this.
That's not fun unless I'm an economist.
It is fun, and this is why. Let me explain this to you. So let's say you run across a gigantic dragon horde, right? It's the 5 of you guys, and it's this gigantic mountain of items, right? So it's gold and gems and weapons and armor and just strangeness, right? And you've got maybe about 20 minutes to take whatever you possibly can before and whatever you can get away with before the dragon returns and destroys it.
It's a shopping spree, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is that you need to figure out, what do I want to carry? Do I want to load myself up 100% and struggle to run in case this dragon returns? Do I want to find the best item? Do I want to find just nothing but gems and just think that and do it like so it is, so these kinds of things do come into play, and they do affect the story, and they do affect the decisions that you make over the course of your career,
Okay, I understand that. It's just when it gets to the point where like you're walking along fine, and then you pick up an arrow that you find on the ground, and all of a sudden you can't walk. That's just fucking retarded.
That's video game role RPGs. No, this is for me, for my money, like from my perspective, I just want us to be cognizant of this kind of stuff. Like, really truthfully, like light sources right? You guys are entering a ruin. There's a real high likelihood that it's not like Skyrim and there's just light sources everywhere allowing you to see everything. So you definitely probably want to think about bringing torches or figuring out some other way in which to generate light,
using like dark vision or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure how far into the void we were going to go into the depths.
It's that kind of stuff. Like I said, I don't really. I don't get super. I'm not a big rules lawyer. For me, it's all about the story. But I also want there to be some semblance of realism, right? So the thing is like, so if you guys find 15 suits of armor that are all magical and amazing, like is it possible for you to get them all out? Like if you've got you got 20 minutes before you're overwhelmed by orcs, like probably not. You got to figure out which one you want to hang on to.
No, you got to choose one. Yeah.
That's exactly
that makes sense. Yeah. I just don't dig on the rules Nazis,
I am so in fact as you saw like earlier I definitely kind of do play fast and loose with the rules for the most part, except when we get into real serious all right,
plot points.
This is combat with legitimate bad guys. Let's do this by the rules. Make sure that everything plays out the way it should play out. That kind of stuff.
All right,
so
cool.
I'm adding. I'm go ahead and adding. I'm adding a sword and a shield.
Yep.
I'm trying to follow the shield heavy is special weight. Trying to figure out what the weight is on it.
So on top of just gear, since I have that mostly figured out, I would want at least double the amount of rations we expect we would need.
Sure.
If it's a 3-day journey, I want 6 days, and probably.
Well, I mean, would you want 6 days? Would you want 12 days because it's 3 days there and 3 days back, and then how? Who knows how much time in the actual ruin?
Ooh, I didn't think about actually staying at the ruin. Good point.
Yeah. So that's it's all of that kind of stuff. And the thing is so what we'll do is so you guys spend this next week kind of thinking about the stuff you'd like. I will definitely Raywin will also have her perspectives. So I'll make sure that you guys, if you miss anything, Raywin will bring up like, oh, what about this thing? So don't worry about. But the thing is but there certainly will be, if you guys have a clever, like if you guys are like, oh shit, we should bring this. And it definitely seems like it's going to be make for a good story point. Then I'll be like, hell, maybe I work that into our story. So that's all I'm saying is but definitely think like this is an endeavor, right? Like it's going to be, you guys are all of you venturing into hostile territory to go raid some ancient tomb, or some ancient ruin, and who knows what's going to be there. So just try to contemplate what are all the things I would want to have with us, to make that possible.
I tell you what's going to happen tomorrow morning is, everybody's going to come downstairs and I'm going to be missing, and I'll be like, hey, Waffles, and he'll look around and and it's like over here, it's me. Roll the pickle over. It's pickle on. I'm an odd pickle, bitch.
Jay, you're insane. You're literally an insane person. It's because you're spinning on this rock like a little madman.
That's anytime there's a boulder around, I'm gonna backflip onto it. That's my plan.
Okay, what I would ask you guys to do is brush up on the combat rules, because there's definitely gonna be combat next game.
Okay.
And then definitely sort your character out with all the gear you're gonna need. And I should have by next week. I should have all the maps and everything in place. There's going to be a map I'm going to have a map for St. Marn. I'm going to have a map for the place we're traversing. There's going to be a couple of different maps. There's going to be one map that's going to be the map that she has that you guys see. There's going to be another map that's actually going to be covered in the fog of war, which is actually going to be this is what you're going through. And then there's going to be maps like what we're looking at right now, which are going to be actually for combat. And yeah, and then and then do think about how many people, how many retainers you guys would like to bring with you, because I definitely want to make some of them actually NPCs and make them critical to the story. So do think about kind of like who you want to bring with you and where you want to get them. So 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 if it's like, if you want somebody with a cart, if you want to rent a cart and rent horses and rent like spend a little time thinking about like, well, where would I want to get those, just so we can kind of build that into the story as well.
Yeah, and cost isn't an issue because what is her name again?
Raywin. Yeah.
Raywin. I didn't write that down. Like she said, she would pay for anything, so we can, theoretically the sky's the limit. Although that would be kind of limiting, right? But
well, yeah, she'll determine the limit when she hears our demands.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I mean, she said within reason, like all things within reason. So it really is going to be, if you need torches, if you need rations, if you need horses, if you need carts, if you need shovels, if you need rope, if you need tents, all of that kind of stuff. If you need sleeping rolls, all of that stuff she'll cover. And she said she'll cover all that. All she wants is this dagger. So the thing is like, so you guys find yourself in a pretty unique circumstance, because most people that do this kind of stuff, like they want a portion of the proceeds, Mm-hmm. So they want to recoup their investment as well as a portion of the proceeds, and all she
cares about is the dagger.
Yeah, this dagger.
Cost is almost no object.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
I did have a question about the whole quest.
Yeah.
I was pretty drunk when it was offered to us, but I'm pretty sober now.
Yeah.
Would I have any reason to relate our quest for this dagger to a dagger that I might have had some contact with as a child?
Actually, that's well, the thing is, all right. So you're, because of your experience with sort of the, like the arc when you were with
the
what's his name?
nature of arcane items.
Yeah, and dealing with like sort of like the evils, like it definitely. I mean it definitely, like like a dagger, like a special dagger, something that she made a big to do about, like, I mean, it definitely there's definitely more to it than what she's like Elder Justine, people don't go through that, like there's definitely something about this dagger, or this knife or whatever implement it is that she's like that she's definitely not letting on. If she's willing to finance this entire thing to go into this ruin to find this thing that looks like it's just a hunk of metal, like there's definitely something more to it than she's offering.
And Sigroid doesn't trust her as far as he can throw her, and he has like a -3 to strength, so that's not very far at all.
Yeah.
Hey,
he did say he trusts her.
No,
no, I didn't say I trusted her.
Sigroid. I was getting you mixed up.
Yeah. Tyro Woodbender. Odd says.
Tyro and Sigroid. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two little people in the party.
Speaking of, like,
all little people look the same.
Yeah, of course they do.
Yes, all bald people look the same. Thank you. No, actually, I was wondering, I need to get everything wrapped up this weekend in terms of my character sheet. And so I plan on reaching out to Matt, but, Matt has his life, I have my life. Is it okay if I reach out to any of you guys to kind of help me guide me through the process? Like,
sure. I'll only charge you. I'll charge you half my normal rate.
Are you? Why are you all up in the Paladin's grill?
Me?
Well, no, I was.
Yeah, look at you, man. What are you doing?
Oh, in the game board. Oh, Sorry, I'm outside right now.
No, I'm being silly. I'm being silly.
I was gonna say, Mike, Jay, what are y'all plans for the weekend? We could get up, hash everything out, maybe have a chat and a beer.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, dude.
I'm open to that.
Yeah, I don't know what your plans are.
Craig, are
this
you
weekend
in
locally.
Austin as well?
No, I'm near Omaha, so I'm in the Central Time Zone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right on. Oh, yeah. We could definitely. Oh, yeah. I mean, we could.
We could FaceTime you in.
Yeah,
at a
yeah.
bar,
We could actually
you
do
know?
that. Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to, yeah, we could definitely do like a non-gaming session where we just kind of sort out like get all the our ducks in a row. Because so the thing is, like, so my intention was to sort of like slowly but surely start involving the actual rules. Kind of as we made our like I would prefer that we just kind of I slowly but surely introduce more complex aspects of the rules as we go rather than like
Absolutely.
Well,
But
I just feel like I'm behind the curve. I mean,
you are behind
everybody.
the curve.
Yeah, I know.
Way behind the curve. We're talking about the bell curve, right?
We didn't want to.
Yeah.
We didn't want to say anything, but we're
Yeah,
basically
no,
dragging
yeah.
you along.
Yeah, you're calling me a bellend at this point. Yeah. Okay.
Well, Mike,
Alright.
I definitely like that idea, but the thing is we need to have our sheets and stuff all set up properly in order to have that work.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, no, and this meeting, at least with Jay, is to make sure that his sheet is filled out all properly.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the thing. Is like if you asked me to do this by my own endeavors, it would not get accomplished.
Yeah. No worries.
I'm sorry with everything going on with work and rest of life.
Oh yeah, it happens. I mean, I'll admit my sheet's not set up the way as to the extent that I would like it. Just because of work and stuff like that. I totally understand, man.
I mean, no, I mean, it's just I'm asking for help. So if somebody can help me,
So why don't we do that this weekend? Why don't all of us get together? We'll do some of us in person and some of us, remotely, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
I do have prior plans.
God
at
damn you, Jeff. No, that's fine. That's fine.
11 Central Saturday until I don't know how long, but hopefully not, but a couple hours. So.
Well, are you going bowling? What's going on?
No, I have another meeting. I have another meeting I have to attend.
Oh my God, Jesus! Dude. What? That's fine. That's fine.
Not cool.
Wow, man. Jeff's got a lot of conditions, I do have to say.
Well,
Jeff, show me what you've got.
My time is not. I mean, my time's valuable.
Yeah.
Like
no,
a lot of people want my time.
No,
so.
yeah, no, I get it. All right, well, awesome, yeah. Well, all right, we'll sort stuff out. Like we'll just sort of, we'll figure it out. How's that happening? How's somebody doing the little pinging thing?
That was me. I'm just click on the map, for more than like a second, and it's like an area of effect almost.
It's like a spell.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bing. Cool. It's in your color. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, all right. So, all right. Well, then let's call it here, and we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up next week. We'll get together this weekend. We'll sort out all this stuff. We can actually kind of fill out the remainder of this list, and then what we'll do is we'll pick up kind of on day one of the expedition. Now this is all right. So this is my thing. So do you guys want to do this? Because the way I would prefer to do this is do it sort of like Lord of the Rings, right? So we kind of do each day getting out there, getting into the ruin, going through the ruin, coming out and getting back. If you guys don't want to do that, if you want to just get straight to the ruin, we can do that as well. Like we can definitely kind of hop, skip, and jump certain stuff. But for me, the way I prefer to do it is just sort of do it in a linear timeline,
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I get that, and I'm fine with that. But I like having to have the audible that anybody could call. Like, let's fast forward.
Yeah.
Like
okay, cool.
So like tonight, where somebody was like, all right, let's just fast forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then
Cool.
we made the thing because I mean sometimes we could go through the whole rigmarole of pageantry and role playing and everything, which is what's really cool about this. But at the same time, it's like, come on, let's just advance the story a little bit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying.
Of course, you're right.
Yeah. So I would like to see a hybrid system.
Sure, sure.
To where anybody can basically call an audible, or maybe you get a certain amount of tokens. I don't know.
Just keep adding that stuff back, Mike.
You're dead. Awesome. All right. Well, great. Yeah, I'm excited. I really am. And so yeah, and we should be able to get hopefully by next week I should be able to get all of the other maps and stuff in place, and so it should be a little bit more there should be a little bit more visual impact for the people watching on Twitch. But yeah, man. And then
outside of dancing gnomes and halflings and paladins.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be. So we got it's funny, we got the dungeons, we got the dragons in. We didn't get any of the dating advice in, so we'll have to do that next week. All right, guys. Well, this is awesome. So I'm gonna call the Twitch stream. If you guys want to hang out for just a second, we can kind of do some coordinating in terms of the schedule stuff. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, for all of you Twitch streamers that were kind of participating, thank you for tuning in. This is definitely, I know. I'm so sorry, Mo Bogsley. I'm such a jerk. I didn't get a chance to do the dating advice, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't you worry. I can tell you, if she looks like a dragon, if she smells like a dragon, and if she breathes fire, she's probably a dragon. And
what?
Yeah,
that's
I know.
a pro tip.
I know.
You just put my entire relationship history into question.
I know, dude. Sorry. I know. It's something that isn't spoken about a lot, but it's true. It's a truism.
Is it a blonde dragon?
Yeah, it's an Indian pale dragon.
Okay. Yeah, probably a dragon.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. All right. So Twitch, all the Twitch folk, good to see. Thank you so much thanks for being a part of this, and it does get more awesome from here. We'll
try to make it more entertaining on the next one.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. Thank you guys, and then awesome, and then we'll you guys sit tight. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna shut down the stream, and then I'm gonna go hit the lavatory, and then I'll be right back, and we can sort out the schedule stuff. So.
Yep, right. That's what I'm gonna do too.
Awesome.
The lavatory.
The lavatory. That's where.
Is that where you do experiments with your lavitations?
Yeah, with all my lavitations. At least it's not a lactatory. So yeah. All right. See you guys. I'll see you later.